Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first week of the Founders Invitational. Today, we have a very unique crew battle format. Each team will have 5 players and work their way through 5 best of 3s. Each individual match will earn their team 2 points toward their team score, and each player earns an additional 1 point for each stock remaining when they win. At the end of the match, the team with the most points will win. Our games tonight will be Siena College playing against Marist College, and then we'll move on to St. Peter's University versus Niagara University. My name is Matthew Toxic Gerbil Merrick, and for this series, I'm joined by Kevin Navik Dignan.
Yeah, how are you all doing today? I'm looking forward to these games. Coming off of the start, of course, like you said, we have Siena College playing against Marist College, with game 1 being Jason from Siena College playing against Rando Main from Marist College. Gerbil, what are you thinking when we're seeing that the first map is Town and City?
Town and City. Which team selected Town and City? That was Marist College.
Yeah.
That means they probably want to play a character that kills off the sides and likes having a little bit of space to run around. The platform layouts on Town and City really lead to some varied gameplay, and you don't want to pick a character that kills off the top on a stage like this. It has the highest ceiling of any legal stage in the game, so you don't want to be trying to kill off the top. And we see that Marist College, who picked it, is playing Kirby, a character not known for killing off the top, so probably a good pick for them, especially into Siena College's Inkling, who is a character that likes to get those up throw, up air combos to kill their opponents early.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting seeing how these teams play. Of course, this will be ran over the course of 4 weeks, but not 4 consecutive weeks. So it'll be interesting as they improve and learn to play against each other. I think, like you said, this is the tallest ceiling or kill zone, blast zone on the map. Yeah, it's interesting. Kirby being so floaty and everything. There's a lot of options, but wow, one stock already be taken with the
widest sides, though.
No.
And that will be Jason pulling an early lead, only 42% on him, and already taking the stock from Rando Main.
Yeah, no, Jason managing to get this lead at the moment. So, I mean, Siena College is feeling good. I believe they're all playing on one Switch as well. So they're all, they're all gathered around each other in one room,
just kind of
cheering, huddled up, cheering on, giving call outs. And getting that first stock, that first blood is definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, and we see Jason starting to pull ahead already here. Almost lapping Rando Main, a really good sign for the Siena College squad. Remember, in this format, every single stock matters, so you want to have these decisive victories.
Yeah, you want to be 3-0ing your opponent as much as you can, but, Marist, Rando Main there from Marist College is...
The oldest trick in the book.
Oh, an immediate retort coming out from Jason. And I mean, that's what you're saying, right? Every stock is so important in this format that it's not something people are used to, but like you really have to put some thought into it, because you might be up 3 games, but if then the last 2 games are really decisive for your opposition, they might overtake you in points. Yeah,
it's really an interesting format. I want to see how it ends up playing out. But we do see a full stock lead for Jason here. So still very much in the lead, in control, actually lapping Rando Main on this stock as he gets another berry. It is a tall hill to climb, and Kirby is not a character known for his insane comeback potential.
No, good up tilt usage coming out from Rando Main, though. I mean, I'm going to be honest, we really don't see that much Kirby, so seeing him get little link combos and everything is quite neat.
Yeah. Kirby's up tilt's one of his best moves since forever. It's always been like the one rock for him.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the rock.
Yes, the literal down special.
But he's definitely not been the greatest character, but he can definitely put in a lot of work. And this game, it's definitely one of his best iterations so far, which is true for a lot of characters in this game.
Yeah. And again, it's important to think, right, even if he loses this round, if he takes another stock, he's still helping his team. But we are going to see 2
not
stocks.
Be able to.
And of course, these are played in best of 3s. So right now, Siena College is up 2 points. And will continue to gain those points.
4 points, really, right? Because they also got the...
They need to win the best of 3. So we need to see another win.
Yes. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes, there you go. So we'd need to see the victory coming out once again. But at the moment, yeah, that is Siena College now up 2 points by the stock. So not a bad start. being able to claim those first 2 points in that first game. Now going to go back to picking bands, see how they go. And yeah, Gerbil, if you have any words about that match that we just saw, what they can adjust to?
Yeah, I think that Kirby Randoman has to play a little more defensively. Kirby is not a character that could really run in and make plays. He doesn't have the disjoints or the speed to make it happen, but he is really good at controlling airspace with his up tilt to anti-air and back air to sort of whiff punish and draw pressure onto it on his opponent when they try to approach him. So if we see a little bit more stationary play where he reacts and punishes some of the overextensions from Jason, I think he could do a lot better in the next round. Jason, I think he just sort of has to keep doing what he's doing. Maybe go for a few more grabs. But other than that, really consistent stuff from him.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely... Yeah, grabs, I think, is the name of the game, right? Kirby's a bit of an interesting matchup because Inkling versus Kirby, I definitely think that's not the greatest matchup for Kirby. I mean, obviously...
not a whole lot of great
Kirby.
For Kirby
yeah,
here,
but I don't... there are a couple.
Not one he likes, no.
No, it definitely isn't. Inkling is a extremely well sought out character. Well, yeah, he's a very good character at the moment. And it looks like Sienna's player might be changing up their tactics a little bit and doing a bit of a character switch. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring out in this second game.
Yeah, definitely interesting. You know, he could not be a Kirby main. He could be a Rando main. You know, that's always a possibility.
His name is, yeah, I mean, with a name like Rando main, he might just literally...
I feel like this might be a little too high stakes to randomly be pulling out the stuff like that, but who knows?
Well, he is playing Pac-Man now, so there's definitely a bit of a switch up.
Yeah, a little bit. Pac-Man, a character, made leaps and bounds to become better in this game. T has been representing Pac-Man at an incredibly high level. I think in recent history, Pac-Man's actually had better tournament placings than Inkling, solely because of T.
Yeah,
so...
And we see that in Smash in particular. We see it in some esports and things, but Smash in particular, I can't remember off the top of my head, who was the Melee Yoshi player? That
Amsa, yeah.
Yeah, Amsa.
Or Axe even, same exact idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Where like underappreciated characters will have like one really good player that brings them into the spotlight, and that's been happening for Pac-Man recently.
Yeah, and maybe
already we see it putting in work for him.
Yeah. And maybe this is his name is Rando Main, not because he picked random, but he just plays all the niche characters.
Yeah, for sure. He really looks like he knows what he's doing on his Pac-Man. He's getting a lot of setups, fumbling a little bit of stuff, not pulling the right fruits, but overall, he really seems to know what he's doing. And if like Pac-Man's one of those characters where no one plays him, and he has so many gimmicks and specific character tech, ooh, that was bad DI. I was not expecting him to die there, but
yeah, well, sometimes you have bad DI, but like you're saying, at the moment,
Pac-Man has so much specific tech, right? That like it's so much of an advantage to be the Pac-Man player than to be playing against Pac-Man, just because you know what's happening and your opponent doesn't.
Unless you got randoed into it, then like you're at as much of a disadvantage as your opponent. Oh, a good little back air juggle there, getting a few connections out of that. And at the moment, like, we see Sienna College at the moment at 150. So pretty much anything go. I imagine Pac-Man's back throw is quite strong. Yeah, that is gonna kill.
Yup, Pac-Man does in fact have strong kill throws. The great equalizers kill throws. Doesn't matter how bad your character is. If they have a kill throw, they can do something.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that we see a lot in Smash. We see some characters that are great at building percentage, but the only thing that is has kill potential is throws. And that's sometimes a massively good thing in certain matchups, and a massively bad thing in other matchups, as you see what Inkling does best, right? The side B into the forward smash.
Ground. Yeah. Really dirty combo from Inkling. Hasn't changed since day one. Everyone said, oh, it's cheesy. It won't work forever. People will get better. And let me tell you, it's just good. It's not cheese. It's just good.
Oh, Okay, so we saw random main there throw the fruit, nearly pick it back up, and then manage to throw it again. That would have been interesting. And going back to what we were talking about, Jason, on this Inkling, we were actually seeing him use the Fire Hydrant knockback to push his down tilt into random main.
Yeah, really good tech and knowledge from him to have the awareness to be ready to do that. Like 4 smashes in a row there. Oh, bad angle to get sent off stage. And then an interesting air dodge. Oh.
And
an unfortunate SD from rando main means that Jason will take it 2-0.
So that'll be 6 points going to Siena College over the overall of this first BO3. So whilst we get prepared for our next match, in case anybody's joining in, Gerbil, do you want to just give everybody a rundown on this format?
Yeah, so once again, the format is each team, each college has 5 players. They're going to send 1 player at a time to play a best of 3 against the player from the other school. If you win the best of 3, you earn 2 points for your college. But additionally, you also earn 1 point for every stock you have remaining at the end of each round. So, if you win with 2 stocks each round, like we just saw, over 2 games, and then you also win the set, you win 6 points because you won 2 games with 2 stocks, and then 2 points for winning the best of 3. So Siena College is currently sitting at 6 points over Maersk College's 0.
Yes,
now,
that's correct.
Theoretically, right, could it be optimal to throw game 2 with 1 stock and then win 3-0 in the final game?
Or just winning gets you 2 extra points that you're denying your opposition. So I feel like it's always better to just get the win.
But you only get 3 points at the end of the. I guess you don't get points for stocks taken. You get points for stocks remaining. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to like game the system, but nah, it's about stocks.
Let's not do that or suggest it on stream because that seems like an awful idea.
The information's gonna get out there, Navik. You got to be ahead of the curve.
Well, that's.
But no, I couldn't think of anything slick there. So as we wait for the players to set up their next match, we are going to see Ben with 2 N's from Siena College going up against Abso from Maersk as we wait for them to get into the lobby and pick their stages.
Yeah, so we'll be hopping into a quick break real quick as we get these teams set up. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be right back with Game 2 momentarily. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're immediately jumping into this second game now on Pokemon Stadium 2, once again picked by Maersk College as they did win the coin flip.
And it's going to be Ben from Siena versus Maersk's Abso. Pokemon Stadium 2, the all-around starter stage. We've seen Ultimate play out a lot like Smash 64, in that there is exactly 1 stage in the game.
Yeah.
Not quite, but people really like their Pokemon Stadium too. That is for sure. And it looks like from these little flashes we have going on while they're still deciding that we're probably going to have Yoshi versus Bowser. Two fairly heavy hitters.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that's quite a fun little matchup coming out. I think Yoshi probably has the advantage of it on Pokemon Stadium specifically.
Maybe. I don't really know who I feel immediately has the advantage in this matchup. Yoshi definitely has a lot more mobility, but I think both these players sort of have like a contest of raw power almost, and Bowser's just got more of it. So I think I might favor him in the long run.
Yeah, Yeah, no, I think I agree with you. I feel like Yoshi needs to be putting in a lot more of the technical work, right? Where Bowser just needs to be getting in a few hits. But I mean, as we're saying that, they are trading blow for blow at the moment. We do see Yoshi here, Ben. Oh,
we almost died.
Yeah, Ben, a good DI from Ben there, though.
Yeah. I can't believe that was uncharged and he just almost died at 60.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to Bowser. It's Ganon. But saying that, we do see Ben keeping up with Abzo's percentage. Pretty much neck and neck. He's actually taking the lead now.
Oh yeah, but it's not about keeping up in percentage. You have to be ahead in percent when you're playing against Bowser. Because Bowser works better with rage than you do. He's heavier. He'll die later than you do. And just like that, an up tilt is just going to kill, right? Like,
yeah,
everything Bowser does will kill. So if you don't take his stocks, if he can farm that rage on you, it's going to be a problem. Bowser is a character you really have to be able to gimp, or else he can run away with stocks, and Yoshi's just not the character to be able to do that. So I think this matchup might be a little rough for him.
Yeah, at the moment, it's... I mean, like you're saying, right? I think you've hit the nail on the head a bit here, as it's really hard. Okay, well, that was a good forward air coming out there. I was going to say, though, it is much harder for Yoshi to kill Bowser. But, like you also said, Yoshi's a lot floatier. He's got a lot more mobility. So, it's a game of keep away, I think. And I think the ball does lie in the Yoshi player to be more mechanically, like, thorough and make less mistakes.
Yeah, it's one of those matches where it's really sort of on the Yoshi to be the better player more than it is the Bowser to win the matchup, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's a reasonable summary of this set. But as we see at the moment, they've traded stock for stock. Only a 20% difference at the moment as well, which either player can get fairly consistently. And as I say that, suddenly we see Ben's percentage here being doubled.
Oh yeah, but against a big body like Bowser, Yoshi has the potential to just combo the absolute mess out of him.
And that is also very, very true.
He's so big, he's so heavy. That's like, what, like 5 up airs in a row Yoshi has the potential to get. It's insane if he can make these strings actually come together and happen, but we haven't seen it so far because Bowser's just so intimidating. If you mistime any one thing, you're probably going to get punished for 20-something% from one move for him.
Yeah, whereas, like you just explained, Yoshi has to get 5 or 6 up airs as a punish to even, make up for getting hit twice by Bowser. We see another stock. That was so unfortunate.
That was such a good read, knowing he'd throw another egg.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a fantastic read from Abzo, but then immediately reset back to 1-1 stock. So either school
That's
here
just a good ledge trap.
Is getting a single point out of this game.
Yeah, someone's getting 1, the other one's getting 0. It's really close. And if you're Siena College right now, you already have a 6-point lead. So you have to be thinking, like, even if you lose here, you're really not mad about it. Like, you can afford to have some close losses when you're this ahead out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, close losses are definitely what Siena want. I mean, obviously, Siena as a team just want wins.
Close losses are acceptable. They're better.
Yeah, they're reasonable. But I think it's also good for Maris. Close wins are also good for them because it's slowly closing the gap. And suddenly those close wins are going to matter by game like 4 or 5.
Yeah. How many games are there? Like
we are doing.
There's 5 best of 3s.
3 best of 3.
That's potentially. God, I'm a math major, but I can't do math anymore. 5 times 3. That's
15.
So hard.
It's 15.
Yeah.
It's
There's
15
essentially
matches.
15 games. So like, that'll add up really quickly, those incremental small advantages.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what? I think before the Cash Gerbil, me and you were kind of thinking about the format and going a bit, I'm not sure about this. But now thinking about how there's almost like a meta to the format, right? There's a lot more depth to it than you initially think.
Oh, that was so good. He's dead. Oh my god.
And that's going to be the first game.
Ben was so scared.
The first round.
Abso knew it.
Yeah, the first round of Game 2 going towards Marist College as they earn their first point in this crew battle. I mean, you know, you feel good. You feel good. You start.
That was instant. Abso saw Ben put up the shield. He fast fell side B. He was so ready. Oh my god. Really clean way to close out that game from Sienna's Abso. As we prepare, get some more bands out of the way, get into Game 2. I'm really excited. I was kind of middling. I thought, Bowser Yoshi, not going to be that great. But after that end, I'm hyped. I'm excited for the next match.
Yeah, I mean, we get to see so many players play today, Gerbil.
We're
going to see
so many.
All sorts of matches, all sorts of characters being used. We've seen Pac-Man and Kirby in the first game. The court's open. We could see anything.
Yeah, you can really just get anything coming. It's actually crazy. That's like one of my favorite parts of watching these college matches or in these high school matches so far has been seeing all these different characters coming out and a switch coming out from Abso winning the game and deciding, you know what? I could have done better. Picking Lucina, a really good counter pick. Yoshi very infamously has a very hard time breaking through strong swords like Ike, like Lucina. So, assuming Abso is a good Lucina player, this should probably go a lot better than the game he already won.
Yeah, Yoshi has a lot of combo potential, but overall, he does struggle with disjoints on characters, right? Because his hurt boxes and hit boxes aren't actually that far. So when you have these weird disjoints from swordies that are able to just poke him out from a distance, we're saying all of this at the moment, but Ben's making us look like liars as he's building up a massive percent lead. And then immediately now, we see Absol do some great stuff. The down B coming out there, that looked like that was going to kill. That was a good read coming out from Ben. I really thought it was. But
that was so ambitious.
But yeah, these collegiate matches are so much fun to cast because we do just see a variety, like such a wide variety. That it's just really fun.
This is where Yoshi stops liking the matchup. Now that he can't land, every time he wants to land, there's just a fat sword in his face. But once he does land, he does get the fat punishes to respond. So Sienna's Ben taking the lead in a matchup that should be really bad for him.
Yeah, now Marist College's Abso being the one being pressured a little bit. I mean, okay, there we go. We even out 2-2. But I was going to say, when you are in a Yoshi matchup as a Swordie, you never want to be behind the Yoshi because you should have just such a massive advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels bad to be in a winning matchup and then start losing on percent.
Yeah.
But the onus is on Yoshi to approach in this matchup. Abso has to do actually nothing besides space forward airs. And every time we see him getting hit, it's because he gets antsy and goes in. He can just sit there, wait for the Yoshi, wait for Ben to approach him, and then have a sword in his face. Abso can do literally nothing this game and win if he just plays patient. And we see that happening a little bit more now, but that was what caused him so much trouble in the first stock, and he has adapted.
Yeah, and adaptation is the thing, right? You could have the best matchup in the world. If you don't know how to play that matchup, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And, okay,
we do see Ben getting some solid hits in. Abso playing smarter, but Ben playing around it to the best of his ability. It is really hard, but both players in kill percent, so getting this kill is really important.
Any one good hit at the moment, getting this kill is super duper important, especially if you can somehow manage to survive an entire stock with getting that second point.
Yeah, from like 130 plus.
Yeah. I mean, if you can do that, you deserve the win.
Yeah, you really deserve the win. But having like that slight extra credit advantage going into the last stock from getting that stock earlier is so important that whoever gets it is going to have a big advantage. And it is Ben in this matchup that he probably hates.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good read for him there. Good use of the forward smash, and then immediate gets reset. 18% extra credit in this matchup is nothing.
Yeah, it's really not. That's like one hit from either player. But it's a lot more than 18% now.
Yep, 74. It's just going to keep going up at the moment. We need to see... Oh, the grab coming out into the down... Oh. All right, at the moment, right, we're seeing Lucina now finally able to get some hits in. I mean, we were joking about seeing them manage to return the stock at 130. Obviously, that didn't happen, but that was a good effort made by Ben there to simulate it at 0%.
It really was. But as far behind as Abso is right now, almost in kill percent, this is still a matchup where Lucina can just not take damage for like a minute. But this isn't the game where Lucina doesn't take damage for a minute. Whew.
No, that is going...
Forward air to up air.
That is going to be Sienna's Ben winning game 2 in this best of 3. So another point going towards Sienna College as now we do our final pick and ban stage. And I mean, we might see another character switch, Gerbil.
I think that theoretically, Lucina should win that matchup incredibly hard. But I don't think Abso is the most confident Lucina player around right now. I think it might be like secondary or maybe something he kind of got baited into picking because the matchup is so good on paper. But I think if he just goes back to his Bowser, goes back to the thing he made some really crazy plays on in game 1, I definitely think he can walk away with the victory and bring at least 3 points back home for his team.
Yeah, I mean, and bringing 3 points back for his team would actually put them in a good spot. Every stock, if Maris can win this, right? If we see Abso bringing it back, they are, what, 6 points down at the moment? So it is 7 to 1. Yeah. So if Abso manages to win this with 3 stocks, that brings it to 7-6. I don't think that's going to happen, but even if he wins it with 1 stock, suddenly there's only a 3 stock or 3 point differential.
Yeah, 3 points is not bad to make up at all.
No.
That's a close match. So yeah, it's definitely an important game 3 here, because if he loses, if Abso loses this, being down potentially 10 to 1 is so much worse than 7 to 4.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And you see him go back to the Bowser that won him game 1. I think that's a really good call for him.
Yeah, on Town and City. So a bit of a callback to game 1.
Bit of a callback to game 1 for sure. Yoshi likes getting up air kills off the top. Not his only way to kill, but every time I'm on Town and City, I'm gonna say like every time, that ceiling is so high. It adds like 20% to your life if your opponent keeps trying to kill you off the top. And when Bowser already lives to 200, going to 220 is really important.
Yeah. I mean, it's another 10% of your total, like, available percentile.
10% of your total percent? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
you know, 10% of your total number. You know.
I knew what you meant. The call out on the jump from ledge. 82% on Bowser? That's like 30% on Yoshi.
Yeah.
Like, the game's even. He's lapped him.
Yeah, it really is, considering how early Bowser can kill in this setup. And I think that's the name of the game at the moment, right? You have... Oh my god, the spike coming out. That was so well played.
I can't believe that spiked.
From Ben there, that was an absolutely phenomenal timed forward... I believe Yoshi spikes the forward air, right?
Yeah, that's the forward air.
Yeah, it is his forward air. It's but yeah, that was really, really well timed on that fair.
I for sure thought he was going to get the outward hitbox. That was such a weird placement. But that said, Abso is still super far ahead in this game, and
the positioning from Abso there, the read for the air dodge to come out of Ben, and then immediately forward it.
Coverage, yeah,
that was just smart. That was literally so a bit of a download complete, right? He read him so well.
If Abso gets another stock like that, and he takes away Ben's stock with 2 remaining, we have a 2-point match. That's literally one game. That's not even one match. That's one game of difference.
Yeah.
It's so close. if Absol can just close this out before he dies.
Yeah, no, I mean, closing this out, it is definitely possible, right? 60%, I think we saw him kill it 80.
Well, that's kill percent, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're at kill percent. That's one good move. All he needs is one good hit.
A forward smash, yeah.
Oh,
that's not going to do it.
Or a down throw. No, yeah.
100%, you're not surviving much longer. So it's really on Ben to take this stock and save the point. It's stale. There's no way. Yeah. It's really on Ben to make sure that this stock goes away. I don't think Ben can win it, but if he can stop Merce from getting one extra point, every single point is so important.
Yes, it really, really is. And I think it's definitely an interesting way of thinking about it because, again, like we said earlier, you could lose the game, but if you reduce them to one stock, you've only barely lost.
That's not safe. Oh, yeah, the roll read.
Oh, no. Is that going to... Oh, no. Okay, that's not going to... Great. DI's coming out from Absol there as we are getting very, very close. They're both pretty much in kill percentage.
Players solidly in kill percent, yeah. Both players not knowing how to find the kill. I don't think Yoshi has a kill throw, so he's going to keep living as long as he keeps getting grabbed. That flame to cover it is so good.
Yeah,
and
now...
God.
One more grab, and I believe...
You can't keep grabbing. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, okay, the edge guard coming out there, trying to find something. Both of these players just need one
that will do
hit.
it!
Oh.
All right. Ben could just run off the right blast zone. It doesn't matter. He's got the stock. He lost hope of winning that 50-60% ago, but he got the stock, and that's what was important.
Yeah,
Absol will win the set, but he will only net himself 4 points for his team, and he'll give over a point back to Sienna. So Sienna retains the lead by 3 points, 7-4.
Yes, that is 100% correct. As we move into game number 2.
Match number 3.
Yes, match number 3. My brain completely stopped working there. Yeah, we're moving into match number 3. I read
some of the words you said were right.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're moving
Aiden,
into. That was correct.
Yeah, with Aiden and Cabragto playing. So this will be interesting. Now we will be moving on to our pick and ban stage. So once again, if you have any closing words here, Gerbil, before we hop to a break about that game, feel free.
I think that was a dunk-tastic set.
Right, well, there you go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after our break. And we're back, everybody, hopping into game number 3 with Siena College's Aiden and Marist College's Cabragto.
Cabragto pulling out the Little Mac versus me Sword Fighter from Aiden. Now, if I had to guess, it's probably the me Sword Fighter variant with the Tornado and like the Link up B. That's one of the classical confirms, and we see a Chakram coming out. So I'd assume the only special we don't know about is that down B. If I had to guess, I think he'd take the counter, but I'm really not sure. And on the other end of it, we see Little Mac.
Yeah, I mean, Little Mac's interesting because he's got to get, just like us, Little Mac has to figure out what Aiden is running on this B Sword Fighter, right? Mm-hmm. He can't be 100% sure until he's seen everything being used once. Yeah,
this looks like a... Okay, I was going to say, this looks like a terrible matchup for Little Mac. Me Sword Fighter has 2 really good projectiles and a disjointed sword. But if you're a really good Little Mac player and you just hit the raw KO punch on a whiff punish, it doesn't matter.
I think that that's the point of the KO punch, right?
Yeah.
If you hit it on a whiff, or you just counter things, like that's also good. At the moment, we are seeing Cabragto really showing some understanding of Mac, right? Especially hitting that whiff punish. Like, that's not easy. Yeah. That takes some reaction.
Yeah, especially online. That's some reaction for sure. He's living. Never mind. He's no longer living.
No. Little Mac, infamous for his lack of recoveries.
Yeah. Little Mac, I feel like, is a character that is definitely hurt by this format. I really can't see a Little Mac free-stocking anybody, not gonna lie. Kind of like Pichu. I really just can't see a Pichu free-stocking anyone either.
Yeah.
You could be Noble Soul. You could be the best Little Mac in the world. It's just so hard.
Yeah, it definitely isn't an easy time for him, but he is up a stock at the moment, and we also discussed in our break of like doing some math and stuff, it's still beneficial if he just manages to win every game with 1 stock.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. And we see Cabragto really playing patient. We have seen so many projectiles coming out from A that literally just walked to the other side of the stage and stood there, just like this. He knows that he has the lead, Aiden has to come into him, and that's when Little Mac can do well. But if he has to keep running through these Chakrams and through these Tornadoes, he's not going to get there. So we get the Mac grab for stage control.
Yeah, that was a good grab into the down tilt, managing to find another stock at the moment. I mean, 73% up, right? You're now a stock above, though. Like, you're in kill percentage, but KO punch comes out as well. Oh, okay, the whiff punish isn't going to happen this time, and they are going to even out the stocks.
Was in kill percentage.
Yes.
No more. And we see it's even, but Cabragto has taken the stock first every time. So, even though he's at a disadvantage here, I believe in him to be able to run it back. Little Mac, definitely an explosive character. A character that can just make your stock disappear. The problem is, his stocks can disappear just as easily.
Yeah. I think he's high risk, high reward in every sense of the word, right? If you commit to something,
for sure. Yeah.
you don't get a choice to go, maybe I shouldn't commit to that. You commit, and it's either going to massively benefit you or massively hinder you. And at the moment, it has been working out at roughly about a 50-50 as it should be doing with Little Mac. But he has been getting the stocks first, and that's all that matters in the actual best of 3.
Yeah, it is. Oh! The super armor coming in clutch there for Mac, and he has a KO punch. Can he hit another one here?
No, he whiffs it.
Tries to get the punch on the roll. I respect the attempt, but he was just a little late. But now he has the advantage.
Yeah, now he gets the ledge guard. Right, now being 6% up. Oh, he's getting comboed, and that's
the confirm.
Go to find stock. Oh, that hit really odd. I thought that was going to go up, but that kind of curved to the left.
Cabragto DIing toward the blast zone, trying not to die off the top, but kind of got trapped in a little catch-22 there. No matter how he DI'd, I think he was dead in one of 2 different ways. And that kill confirm is like the reason you play me Sword Fighter. It's so powerful to be able to confirm such a large projectile into such a powerful up B. And we definitely see it coming in clutch for Aiden there.
Yeah, and that is going to bring Siena College up to 8 points as they had 1 stock left there. I mean, you know, you saw a catch-up happening that first game, or that second game there. And now it really, they might be able to just expand it, and then they could lose everything in the next 2 games. Yeah, I mean,
It's really volatile, but
really...
I believe in Cabragto's Little Mac. Normally, I just automatically kind of discount the Little Mac, not gonna lie. But he played that really clean. I really believe in him. I think that's one of the best Little Mac players I've seen in a long time. And I think if somebody's gonna rep the character and be able to pull out this win, Marist College's Cabragto is definitely a good choice to do it. It's just so hard to get around 2 really good projectiles and a sword. Like, I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, I mean it is, but we are going to be seeing Kalos being the stage picked by Marist College.
A really solid pick. It's basically FD, but with a wall that Little Mac can wall jump off of, it helps his recovery immensely.
Yeah, and having that wall, like you said, is absolutely phenomenal for those Little Macs to be able to, get that recovery. Getting that slight bit of height and getting the reset is really, really handy.
Mm-hmm. Just extends your stocks that little bit longer, and when you're Little Mac, that's super important. So definitely, probably Little Mac's best stage. There's no platforms except for the platforms way off on the side, so it's basically FD, which gives Mac free reign to run around, force his opponent to walk into him. They can't just platform camp. Not that we really saw that much of platform camping from Aiden in that last game, but still, it's always good to sort of get the possibility of it happening out of there.
Yeah, but now it will be a fun time to see if we can see Marist College's Cobra being able to bring this back. I mean, you're a game down, you're against me Sword Fighter, right? Nothing's in your corner, if we're going to use boxing terminology at the moment. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see if he brings it back up, though.
He does not. We see the switch to Hero on Kalos. You know what? I was going to make a joke about Hero being low skill, but Cabragto has actually really impressed me with his skill so far, so I'm gonna not say that, because he'd probably beat me. So
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hero, a really interesting character though. A lot of mixed feelings from the community about him.
I think when he first came out, people had a lot of mixed feelings. I guess people still do, but I don't think he's that bad. I think he is a bit RNG, but I think people are starting to learn to play against him quite a bit better than before.
I don't think he's a good character. I just think he's an annoying character.
And
Bounce so good in the matchup. Me Sword Fighter really likes these projectiles. Despite, being a sword fighter, he shoots a lot of projectiles.
Yeah, but I imagine
solid move.
Yeah, I imagine Cobra is going to be fishing out for Bounce is going to be trying to play those little, trying to find the spells that will help him in the matchup. Trying to go for the back there. Was that a reflect coming out from his Sword Fighter?
Reflector?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Was that his down B?
I guess. Today I learned me Sword Fighter can have a reflector.
Okay. Well, that's definitely also going to be good in this matchup. And he kept that secret because there was no reason for him to use it against Little Mac.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, when you just have your down B not used all the way until game 2, you'll get that to come out. Yeah, and we see him with a slight lead here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any...
scary. Is it Hero?
Me Sword Fighter picking up that first stock there. That is going to be Aiden taking the lead. And I think we're both still a little bit stunned that me Sword Fighter could take a reflector.
God, Hero's whole thing is his projectiles can just kill you, and then your opponent has a reflector? I'm terrified.
So you go in confident. There is Cobra, going to be picking up the stock as well, resetting it back to 0-0. But yeah, I'd be horrified. You go into this matchup picking Hero, right, and you're thinking, haha, he'll have the counter and I'll feel great. And then he has a reflector, and I think your only response is, oh no.
Oh yeah, oh no indeed. As we see Hero running a little low on mana here, but percent is even. So Cobra gonna need to get a solid couple hits to recover the mana, and then he'll be solidly back in it, but definitely at a disadvantage here as he keeps getting edge guarded. And that's almost a kill confirm. So close, actually.
Yeah, having a 61% lead at the moment is definitely a spot you want to be in, especially when you can also play the projectile game, and worst comes to worst, you just have a bounce on command.
Yeah, having bounce, super good. When you're at this high of a percent, Aiden wants to be looking for those side B up B kill confirms that we've been seeing coming out, and not be, or I guess it's a neutral B, I'm pretty sure, up B kill confirms coming out, and bounce just really nullifies all of that. But it has worn off, and he's back to being vulnerable.
Yeah, not getting fortunate enough to finding another bounce in his menu select. For anybody that doesn't know, of course, Hero's moves it randomly changes every single time you cast, doesn't it? It's not the one you specifically cast it for. Yeah.
The ones you can choose, yeah.
So, of course, that being the case, he kind of has to fish out for the spells that he's looking for. And I think that RNG element both works in your benefit in a lot of matchups, but it's also horrifying in this matchup when you need specific spells.
Yeah. A lot of the skill in playing Hero is putting yourself in positions where no matter what your spacing is, you'll have a spell that's good in the scenario. And then being able to recognize and pick it quickly. As we see both players in kill percent, more percent on Hero, but it really stops mattering after like 140.
Yeah, well, you say that, but Aiden isn't at that 140 point, 127, and he might almost managing to find the kill confirm there. As both of these players, alright, the up B coming out there. Of course, like you said,
he's lucky he was on the other side of the stage.
Yeah, Link's up B as well. I mean, it's a very good move to stick on B Swordfire. I can't think of another one of the up Bs you'd use.
I really don't know any of the other ones.
No, but then we didn't know that Swordfire had a reflector either, so I mean...
You know what? You're right. You're right. I don't need this from you, but you're right.
Oh dear. But yeah, it's definitely looking close. I mean, now having a stock lead, everything you're getting is a bit of extra credit. And this is some really nice edge guarding coming out from Aiden here, as he does manage to catch him out just at the end of that invulnerability phase once again. I mean, at the moment, Aiden's putting in work.
Strength.
The chakra
the shield
hit.
Blocked it. Okay. Wow. And then the neutral B taking the stock, blocking Aiden to a potential only 1 point. And there is still room for a comeback, you know? I said it before, Hero has abilities that literally just kill the opponent.
Yeah,
there's always comeback potential, but these sword fighters up B might as well also just say just kill the opponent at this point too. So
did take game 1, and that's going to be game 2. So that's going to be Siena College winning game 3.
Yeah, netting another 4 points for themselves, back up to a 7-point lead. Well, no, they got 1 stock for game 1 too. So they got 4 points total, plus the 6 they had from the first one, plus the 1 from round 2. That's 12? 10, 11? Okay. Great. It's 11 to 4. So it is a 7-point lead. Great. I can do math. Nice. It's okay. We don't work with numbers anymore. We stopped working with numbers in high school. If it's not 1 or 0, I don't care about it. Numbers is for engineers and physics majors, not me. But anyway. Yeah.
As we're going to hop to our quick break. I hope I wasn't muted that entire game.
I hope so too.
Really awkward. But I'm pretty sure I wasn't. But we're going to be hopping to a quick break as we get the next game ready. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting into game number 4 with Marcelo from Siena College and Zucchini from Marist. And we're immediately jumping into this game, Joe.
Yeah, Pokemon Trainer versus Ridley. An interesting matchup. I definitely think it's in Pokemon Trainer's favor. Squirtle has the speed to get around Ridley, and Ivysaur has the disjoints. I think in the big body matchup, Ridley might have the advantage against Charizard, but I don't expect to see a whole lot of that. Especially as we start the stock, and Marcelo looks really competent on his Squirtle so far.
Yeah, and Pokemon Trainer's a really, really interesting character for the reasons that you literally just said. How you can switch between a light, medium, and heavy body. Oh, and that's going to be stock 1 going towards Marist College's Zucchini.
A really important gimp from Zucchini there. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, this game is unbelievably important for Marist College, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're
down 7 right now. So.
Yeah. I mean, you could still come back, but they need to keep it extremely close every single game and then completely dominate in game 5.
Yeah, and so far, they're keeping it pretty good for themselves. A solid advantage for Zucchini here. And he will be able to make it back onto the ledge even. Oh my god.
The Gimp's coming out from Zucchini. I feel like Zucchini knows this matchup, or at least Charizard.
Oh my, yeah, it's the Charizard. He's really putting in work on the edge. Has Marcelo made it to 80% once? Like, that's crazy.
Don't think so.
That's
Have they both been like
crazy.
60, 70% kills?
Just imagine. Marcelo has dealt more percent this game than Zucchini has. Just think about that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're finding kills early, you're finding stocks early.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is actually disgusting. If they get a 3-stock here, it is huge for them. That's half the point difference already. If they just get 1 3-stock.
Yeah, and oh my god. Okay, alright. Not a 3-stock, a 2-stock. Still
very
good.
Very possible. Probable, I might even say.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. And again, back to the Squirtle here coming out from Siena College's Marcelo. And I think, like you said, I feel like Squirtle definitely seems to be the most competent, or the one that's been putting in the most work percentile-wise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a really good read from Zucchini, closing out that stock, knowing Marcelo would get scared, that he drop shield and try and jump away. And Zucchini's just ready to punish it. A solid 2-stock coming out. Exactly what they needed to start working their way back in the point total toward evening it out and getting a victory.
Yeah, bringing them up to 6 points now. There is only a 5-point differential. So if we see another 2-stock in a win, that would
there's only 1 point difference.
Yeah. Or if we see a 2-stock into a 2-stock win, then they would have caught up, but that would be net total 1.
Yeah.
So there is a very strong possibility that we could see a massive comeback from Marist College in this match.
Yeah, but you have to remember, like, 2 of those kills were incredibly early Gimps, and I doubt you're going to be able to consistently find Gimps like that. So it could be a lot harder to get as convincing of a game in this game 2, or even potentially in a game 3. So we'll have to keep an eye out on what happens.
Yeah, Siena has picked Kalos. Their team has decided that Kalos is going to be the map to help Pokemon Trainer not get gimped so much on those edges.
Yeah, it gives you a wall to attack on. Definitely helps. You can't get stage spiked nearly as easily on the map. It helps a lot for increasing your offstage game. Squirtle, I believe, has a wall jump too, if he wants to use that for Gimps himself. Potentially a really solid stage. Not a whole lot of platforms to work with, but it'll hurt Squirtle, but it should help the other 2 Pokemon a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it does hurt Squirtle, and when Squirtle was putting in a lot of the work, it's interesting, but at the same time, maybe you don't need Squirtle when you get those extra benefits from the map on Ivysaur and Charizard.
Oh yeah, Ivysaur back air on this map's disgusting. It takes up so much space. There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and I mean,
So, really powerful.
and if you start putting in a lot of work with Squirtle, who is now technically your worst of the 3 in the matchup,
Yeah.
it's...
And putting in work, Squirtle is.
Yeah, Squirtle is indeed doing the work. And at the moment, really, really nice plays coming out from Marcelo at the moment. Like you said,
And all of a sudden...
Oh, all right, is it going to happen again? Are we going to see an early Gimp switching to Charizard, trying to get from it? The neutral B coming out, chasing him off the stage. Gets the up B. Is he going to commit for it again? No, okay, he's going to play slow. And the back air is going to find that stock. I don't think
he tap the ledge.
I don't. You know what, Toxic? We were thinking, you know, maybe it was too lucky early Gimps.
Yeah,
we just saw it again.
No, nope, not luck. Oh, a really bad get up though. Means it will stay even, but yeah, no, it was not luck.
No,
He's
Zucchini,
a monster at getting edge guard.
Yeah, Zucchini's just very good with Ridley.
Yeah, I take it back.
Yeah, I think the human heard you and was like, you know what, I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Yeah, no, dude, it's not luck. This is just how my games go. He's crazy.
Yeah.
As we see him pulling ahead again on this second stock.
Oh, okay. Good forward air
timing his back air.
Yeah, Marcelo getting a good forward air there. We are going to see Zucchini grabbing onto the ledge at the moment. This becomes a lot of reads. The side B coming out. And the DI. Okay, good DI coming. Yep. Oh, okay. The forward air. Wait, oh, right. Well,
big lead for Zucchini here.
When you're at 166, I think we were talking about this. I think this grab will kill. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, my goodness. Either Ridley, I mean, I know Charizard's heavy, but at like 170, a back throw on the edge, I feel like that would kill. Kalos isn't the biggest.
Does he have the distance? I don't think so. Oh my god. He's got the distance, and he's got the damage too. I can't believe he made it back and killed with that up here.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was 2 birds with 1 stone.
And now, I don't really believe in a 2-stock per se, but it is 1 Gimp away, and he's got advantage. Ivysaur is off stage. Oh, no, he's on... Okay. He's still got advantage. He's still ledge trapping. All right. Marcelo's back to center stage. Ridley's
just so much faster than Charizard for like the same size. Ridley's so fast.
I think they're about equal speed. I know Charizard's really quick too. Maybe not walking, but running. I think Charizard is faster running.
Huh. We're just not seeing a lot of the running coming out from Marcelo.
I guess. Oh, a really good grab. If he gets this stock without dying, it's so big. This 1 point is actually huge.
Yeah, no, that's massive. I mean, that would bring him to
players well within kill percent.
Yeah, and that would bring them down to.
Way. Oh. As we see Zucchini on the ledge, trying to get off, trying not to get ledge trapped, makes it back down, but he has a laggy trap and he's dead. And Marcelo taking that stock, keeping the losses to a minimum, probably going to die pretty soon here, but you have to be happy to only lose this game by 1 stock after all that's happened.
Yeah, and I mean, so that would give Marist College 3 points coming out of here, bringing him to 9 to a net difference of 2. So coming into the 5th game, it still feels like it's very possible
really
either way.
Close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is he dead?
Oh no, he does have the distance.
That always goes farther than I think it will. I need to play against these.
But for this to happen, we need to see Zucchini getting this stock.
That's gone. Goodbye.
And he's gonna find it. It's such a good side B. I mean, like 200%, you expect anything to kill, but that is such a good kill option, and that will bring them to 9 points, which now puts them at a net total difference of 2. Going into game 5, like you said, it's anyone's game.
Oh yeah, it is. There is a difference of 2 points between the team.
Yes,
between the teams. Yeah. So that's just like 1 good game. It is really on the line. We are going to have Mike from Siena College facing off against Mula from Marist College, and the pressure is going to be on. A slight advantage for Siena, but well within reason for the comeback to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that is very, very close. A 2-point differential, if we think about it, is literally if it doesn't matter because it's only a 2-point difference. So
Yeah,
it comes down to whoever wins because
it really does. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What happens if there's a tie in points, right? Because that's very possible right now.
That is actually possible at the moment. I don't have the answer on that. I would need
We'll get back to you.
of the TOs to notify us on that one.
Yeah.
So
we are going to take a short break while we set up the next game, and then we'll get back.
Yeah, we'll be back momentarily. And welcome back, everybody, as we get into game number 3 with Wolf and Snake. Mike from Sienna, the team captain, on a Wolf, and Mula from Marist College will be on the Snake. I mean, yeah, this is a matchup.
Oh, it is a really great matchup between two of some of my favorite characters in this game. No bias, by the way. Wolf, a character known for being really consistent. Wolf, I don't mean to take any skill away from Wolf players. This character is difficult. Every character in this game is difficult, but to a degree, Wolf kind of plays himself. He has really consistent combos with really large hitboxes that deal a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And I mean, every time Wolf plays, it almost feels like it's more about the opponent not losing than it is about Wolf winning.
Yeah, and I think that is... It's really awkward to play against Wolf, especially as Snake. Snake versus Wolf is an interesting matchup, right? Because Wolf can always just close out a lot of the distance and put a lot of pressure onto the Snake, who... Snake's another weird character where the player that's controlling him completely changes his play style because he's such a kind of unique character in that sense. But that is going to be first stock going towards Siena College. So at the moment, it's looking pretty close in percentage as well. Like a stock over. I mean, all we're seeing is grenades.
Oh yeah, no, grenade percentage really starts adding up, especially if you get Snake to hit himself with it. You can afford to take some of these trades when you're up in percent. So we might just see Mike start running away with a lead here. Snake, a character that does not have a lot of trouble finding those kills a lot of the time. He has so many really good tools, so many projectiles that can kill you out of nowhere. Up tilt, just an incredible kill tool. And it looks relatively even, 40%, not that much when there's so much projectile spam going around. It can really add up and even things out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you've really got to watch your step when playing against the Snake, right? Because he's just leaving grenades everywhere. He's making sure that he's controlling, or at least forcing, if a commitment's going to be made onto him, that some damage is going to be taken back, right? Because even if he gets grabbed, if there's a grenade right on the floor, it will hurt them both.
Yeah. Oh my god. Just short of the ledge, Mula is. Not Mula, Mike is. And Mula will start to pull ahead with a lead here after being down due to some unfortunate spacing. And he's really pulling ahead. 44 extra credit is really solid. Snake can survive from anywhere, but he is very lucky he was on the other side of the stage when he got hit by that sweet spot.
Yeah, you really need to edge guard Snake or commit to him not being able to get... You need to find some way to stop his recovery, right? Because I think you'd agree with me when we could quite easily say it's one of, if not the best recovery in the game.
Yeah, like survivability-wise, yeah, but it's really punishable. We'll see Snakes a lot of the time try and rinse and repeat off the top, as we see a really good stock kill there, finally at 200%. A lot of Snakes recover high and sort of rinse and repeat, where they just accept the fact that they're gonna get punished and take a lot of percent, but they live, and that's what's important. But he is not surviving that. Oh
no, he is.
Never mind.
I mean,
he
made you think, like, you know what? No, you're wrong, Gerbil. Caster's Curse is coming out.
There's a reason he's playing and I'm not, and it's not because I wasn't at one of the invited colleges. Let me tell you what. But that kill, it's close, but not quite yet.
No, but
and this game could not be more close overall right now.
Oh, the down. Okay, I was gonna say the crackback from that up B, like the punish coming out there, definitely could have killed, but we actually saw Snake winning out. The grab coming out into the sleep.
Oh, his own grenade! He had it. He just had to do it quicker.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh no. This game is so tense. Both these players so high percent, and it will go to Mike. I'm sorry. It will go to Mike as he finds the up smash to close it out, earning one more point for his team.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, that was very, very tense. That was a very close match.
I haven't ran every scenario through my head, but I think a tie is no longer possible. I think Marist has to straight up win the next 2 games, and then they will win.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're 100% correct on that. There isn't a tie possible anymore. If Siena take this next game, they win the set no matter what.
Yep.
If Marist are able to run it back, then they do take the set because the point differential will...
There's a 3-point differential, and if Marist wins the next 2 games, it means they have won at least 4 points, and they will win.
Yes.
But if Siena wins this next game, they win the set, and they're already up points. So it all comes down to these last 2 games between Marist College's Mullah and Siena College's Mike.
Yeah, this is incredibly close for a game. I mean, we played a lot of matches.
It's series.
Yeah, I mean, we played a lot of matches for these 2 schools. Everybody got to participate, and I didn't expect it to be this close.
I didn't either. I definitely thought one school might be like the better team, might pull away, but it is as close as it can be.
Yeah, and honestly, that leads for a super, super exciting game, as this could be game, set, and match for Siena College, where if they're able to win this next game, they're going to take the set. They're going to take
Yeah.
the entire series.
Yeah. It's incredibly important, but we do see Marist pulling ahead to an early lead here.
Yeah, and for Marist, they have to run it back now. They have to reverse sweep this specific game.
Yeah, they do. They have to win the next two, but that's entirely possible. So,
yeah, considering how close that last game was, it's really possible that it could go either way.
It should have gone to Mula. Mula had the kill confirmed, but he just hesitated ever so slightly, and it cost him.
Well, you know, very fitting to Snake.
Taking it away.
As now we're seeing a lot of back and forth. We did see Marist College in the lead at the moment, but we see Siena College's Mike being able to bring up some percentile here now, starting to get a lead, almost being 100% above his opponent. 80% lead is absolutely massive, as literally anything now will kill Snake.
Oh, but the Nikita, a really solid read, and the tilt is so strong.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, even dead even. I was not about to say that Snake was in the lead. There is no such thing as a caster's curse. It is dead even, as we see Mike starting to pull ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? Is like, it is dead even, but when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, we saw Mike with a 80% lead, and then it was gone in the blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing about Smash, right? It doesn't matter how ahead you are. It matters that you killed your opponent.
Yes. You could be 1,000% ahead in damage if they've still got 3 stocks.
Not that one, but close.
They still got 3 stocks.
Yeah.
I was making the most exaggerated example that I could.
The numbers only go up to 999. Oh my god, he had him stuck? I didn't even see that happen.
I mean, that's what we get when we are just talking about nothing, as we see... This could be it for Marist College, right? This is absolutely phenomenal.
It's back to even. Both players trading devastating blows. It could not be. I could not have asked for a closer final match to this close first series.
Yeah, and Mula, but the thing is, Mula's taken first stock both times now. So all he needs to do is do that one more time. And yeah, it's definitely possible because he's done it twice already.
And remember, the stocks have stopped mattering. Points don't matter anymore. It all comes down to who wins the set at this point.
And I think that's leading into a very exciting game. Me and you, very interested in seeing how this one plays out, as we see the bombardment of grenades, right? I mean, you gotta wonder where Snake keeps the amount of grenades he has on him. It's just...
he's actually got a Kirby in his pockets. That's how that happens.
Yeah, a bag of holding coming out from Snake. I'm not sure if that's legal, but here he comes out. Now, we're talking a lot about Mula at the moment, but we do see Mike managing to pull quite a big lead. Again, we said it last time.
This could be like the last hit coming up here. One more solid hit, and Wolf is full of solid hits, and it will be Mike taking it, and taking it for Siena College, right? Not even just this mat set. He'll take the whole series for his college. But the C4!
And we are going to go
my god,
to a game number 3. This could not have been more down to the wire.
The two last stock, last hit games going to both players lead us to take the game 3 in match 5 with 2 points separating them. The points you get for winning the match is what separates the two teams, which means it's just whoever wins will be the winner.
Yeah, it literally does not matter now. Points are out the window. It is. We are down
it's a best of one.
Yeah, we are down to a best of 1 to decide the entirety of this all.
And if you're Mike and Mula, you have to be feeling the pressure right now. Like, all this work, it's been like 40 minutes. All this work, all this time has gone into it from both these teams. And all of their hopes for this first match are riding on this one game for both players.
Yeah, I mean, it's really close. And I am literally on the edge of my seat to see who comes out on top of this at the moment. We are waiting to see the final picks and bans coming out from them, and I'm so excited, right? We're gonna see another Wolf game, we're gonna see another Snake game, or they might switch it up on us at this last second, and it could go anywhere.
Oh yeah, this could really go anyway. I have no predictions. Both these players are incredibly even. Both their games have been incredibly even. It really just comes down to who is better able to perform in that split second at the end of the match where everything matters.
Yeah. But we will be hopping to a momentary break as it looks like one of our teams is having some slight technical issues. We'll be right back at you.
For a break. We can just sit here in anticipation.
I mean, we could also sit here in anticipation, but you know what? Maybe we will, because I'm so excited.
All right, great. Yeah, I love talking.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Are you regretting saying this now?
Yeah. I love talking about Snake Wolf. It's my favorite matchup. When Wolf back airs and then back airs again, and Snake pulls out 2 more grenades, it's impeccable. It's a sight to behold.
You know what though? It feels like it all does come down to the coin flip, whether the grenade goes off or the back air hits.
It really does.
And it's fun. This has been a really close set, whichever way this goes. And Gerbil, we still have another entire series to play out after this.
Oh, I'm so excited for that one. Get it? Like, this has been incredibly exciting. I've been on the edge of my seat for a long time here, and I really can't wait to have this experience again. It's been great. I encourage all the viewers to stick around. This has been incredibly exciting.
Yeah, no, I you know what? This is really good Smash.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if we're going to see Battlefield again Game 3, because we did see them run it back to the same stage, and I think the stage hurts Snake a little bit. He can't get those up smash projectiles really covering space when they get eaten up by those platforms, especially that high top platform in the middle. It denies Snake a lot of the value and protection he wants to be able to set up.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's the reads as well, right? In trying to time as the Wolf player, trying to time your punishes into the grenade timer. But the grenade timers vary depending on how long Snake's been holding them. So it's really
it's
awkward.
Incredibly hard to play well. Snake is a really tricky character to play against, but so is Wolf, and both these players have been doing it to their best of their abilities, and it's been pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, I mean, and we're now waiting. They are now in the pick and ban phase. We have had that technical issue sorted out, so we won't be hopping to a break as we sit on the edge of our seats to see where this final. I mean, I would say Final Destination, but we might not play on Final Destination.
But how fitting would it be?
It would be very fitting. This has been a journey of a set, and this is only week 1.
Oh, yeah. There's 4 more weeks? 3 more weeks?
3 more weeks, although not played consecutively.
I'm gonna need some meds. Like, I don't know if my heart can handle this. If it's like this every time...
I hope so. These are unbelievably close, and I'm thoroughly excited to see who out of this manages to bring it in. It's no longer points.
At this point, I'm too invested.
It's no longer a series. It is a best of 1 to decide everything.
Crazy. How I could not have asked for a better first match. It's so close. It's so intense. And we see a Game & Watch coming out from Mike, switching off of Wolf onto Game & Watch. Now, I don't know exactly how the bucket works or what type of projectiles Snake's things count as, but we could maybe see a really disgusting bucket come out.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Right, a Game & Watch versus Snake is not a matchup I personally frequently watch. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Just like I said about Pac-Man before, how he's been getting carried by T. Meister has been placing incredibly well playing Game & Watch, showing everyone just how crazy good this character really is. So I'm super excited to see how much Mike has put into learning this character, and if he can make it look like Meister, who just seems so like undefeatable on it.
At the moment, he's putting in some good effort for it as well.
Oh,
Getting these forward airs down,
of good effort.
they're landing really, really well. And like you also said about Game & Watch, about Pac-Man, if you're not used to playing against the Game & Watch, he has so many little like tricks and little tiny things that if you don't know to play around those things, it will punish you.
Yeah, like his up B out of shield's ridiculous. That down smash angle, ridiculous. His forward air is one of the, or forward smash is one of the, oh my god. That was insane.
He really did it to him like that.
He really did do it to him. That's insane.
Like, yeah, I mean, this has been an incredibly close set, but at the moment, the pocket pick Game & Watch is really proving effective.
Already lapping almost. Mullah really just looking like he doesn't know what to do in this matchup. He seems so good, so used to the Wolf, and now he just seems so lost.
Yeah,
able to find some great hits, but he's not able to set up the projectiles nearly as well as it was before. Maybe afraid of the bucket reflecting them or absorbing them.
Yeah, it's definitely a concern. He needs to not get hit by anything. A forward air at the moment, I think, would kill, like, off edge.
Yeah. And a full stock lead. Oh, that up smash almost did it. A full stock lead for Mike. That, and everything going on for Mullah there, not able to get the kill.
Yeah, Mullah needs to start pulling ahead with something here. Just one good hit, but 2 stocks is not where you want to be now. Mullah.
Oh, a huge lead for Mike. It's so important.
Mullah
he has so much room to work with in the most important game of the entire match between these two colleges.
Yeah, this is the game that decides everything. And although that was a good down air, the DI was better, as we do see Game & Watch surviving. And you don't want to get 3 stocks after how close this set's been. Nobody wants to see that.
But still, an incredibly big lead for Mike as he keeps just applying pressure with this Game & Watch, not giving any room to Mullah to make a comeback start happening. And Snake, not a character known for the comeback. He really is good at taking these trades, but when he's playing from behind, it gets so difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely not, because you are willing to take percentile as Snake to gain a bigger lead, but when you're doing that from a stock behind, it's nearly impossible. You have to play completely differently.
And we see Mike just going for these down smashes, knowing I can afford to eat a punish, and if this hits, it's just over. But all of a sudden, it's 1 stock to 1, and a huge lead for Mike, but it's Snake. Snake can get some really good early kills, and he's racking on the percent to make it happen. He is not, or Mullah's not out of it, but he now is, as we see Mike get the ground.
Yeah, and I'm just going to let the announcer make that announcement.
Game & Watch wins.
That was incredibly close, ladies and gentlemen, but congratulations after a long, hard-fought victory. Siena College does take it. We saw Jason and Rando Main battle it out in round 1, and Jason did, in fact, take that. We saw Ben and Absol battle it out, and from Maris Chorus, Absol managing to win game 2. A very quick retaliation game 3 by Aiden from Siena College, and then immediately another retort as Maris College brought it out from Zucchini. By that point, we were 2-2 in the games, and we were borderline dead even in points as well.
Yeah.
So, like,
no, that could not have been closer.
Yeah, no,
like, that's absolutely insane.
It really couldn't. But the team captain Mike, sitting back, you know, making sure his team was doing all right, and then coming in, does close up the set. So thank you to both the schools for participating. That was absolutely phenomenal to watch. I hope everybody enjoyed watching it as much as we did. And that's only set 1. We have a whole nother set to play out with 2 new schools. I mean, we've got a lot more Smash to come out, because we're going to go to a quick break as we wait for St. Peter's University and Niagara University to set up to play out this same format, and we will be back with you guys momentarily. But once again, congratulations to Siena College. And, you know, it was good. It was really close. So we will hop back, and we will be back very, very soon.
Welcome back, everybody, to the first week of the Founders Invitational. Today we have a very unique crew battle format. Each team will have 5 players, and we'll work our way through 5 best-of-3s. For everyone who wasn't here last time, we are going to be working on a point system. So in addition to earning 2 points for your college whenever you win one of your best-of-3 matches, you also gain a point for your college for every stock you have remaining at the end of each game you play. That's the gist of the format. As we get into it, I am Matthew Toxic Gerbil Merrick, and I am joined by Kevin Mavic Dignan, and we already see an unfortunate SD from Show.
Yeah,
St. Peter University's Uldiro.
Yeah, so we do have St. Peter's University in the red and Niagara University in the blue. Niagara University is bringing out DLS. And St. Peter's have Uldirio?
Yeah, I think that's how we're going to say it.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah an unfortunate SD from Uldirio playing Joker, which...
Joker's definitely a character that can SD and then still win the game.
Yeah,
so...
I mean, well, does Joker, or does...
The big scary red man wins the game.
Yeah, okay. Arsene.
Oh! Maybe not anymore, though.
And yeah, we are getting to see Ness and Joker for the first time. Of course, if you were tuning in last set, we had a very, very close set between Siena College and Marist College, and that came down to the wire. So I'm hoping that happens right here, right now as well. But at the moment, DLS is putting in work.
Oh yeah, and remember, in this format, stock count matters. So every single stock kill is important, and the fact that DLS is so ahead and still has 3 stocks left means that if he can get a 3 stock, it's a huge start for his team, and it looks like that will exactly happen.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 stocks going towards Niagara University, which is exactly how you want to be opening these sets.
Oh yeah, there's no better way than to start out by getting 3 points for your team and put yourself in a dominant position to maybe even to probably win this set. And if you win the set, that's another 2 points plus the stocks you had remaining in game 2. Potentially, Niagara University could get out to a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to get the first one and then get another 3 stock, that puts you in an 8-point advantage.
That's so devastating if that's what happens. I don't think the next game will be a 3 stock like that. But even if it's a 2 stock, a 7-game lead is such a big advantage. We saw just in the last series, the 7-game lead gave them the early advantage that carried them through the rest of it. And they eventually, Siena College eventually did win after I guess it's a 6-point lead from game 1. So even better if they get a 7-point lead.
Yeah, all right. And we are seeing some of the bands coming out here. Yoshi's Brawl and Lila being the 2 bands for the counter stage. So now we will see St. Peter's picking out one of the maps. I mean, they've got plenty of options. It depends. Where do you think Joker wants to go? I think Battlefield's probably a good spot to take him to.
Joker likes Battlefield. Joker likes any stage with platforms specifically. Actually, if you're a very technical Joker, you love Smashville because the platform in the center of the stage is perfect for your drag down combos. But maybe on laggy Wi-Fi, you don't really want to risk it on that and go there. So we'll have to see what the pick is.
Yeah, and I have just been informed on Discord that there was a bit of an issue on the controls of the SPU player. So the Saints, so he was having some control issues. So Uldirio here might suddenly bring it back really, really quickly now that they're getting their controls set up. They are obviously switching around the switches, so some accidents happen. But yeah. Yeah,
could be a really big reversal then. We'll see. Joker definitely a character who can make explosive victories happen.
Yeah, and if you're used to your muscle memory is set up to some way, and then suddenly your controls aren't exactly correct.
Oh no, it's so bad to have the wrong controls.
Yeah, so
So we'll just wait for that to happen. We'll get into it pretty soon.
Yeah, so we'll hop to a quick break real quick whilst they get that sorted out, and we will be back with you very, very shortly.
Welcome back, everybody. We got our technical issues sorted out. We're going to be getting into Game 2 in just a moment. Once again, between St. Peter University's Uldiro and Niagara University's DLS. I wonder if we're going to see any character switches. Probably not. I don't know why DLS would make a swap, considering how well he won Game 1. And Uldiro, unfortunate controls, but I think he's confident in his character. Joker, an incredibly powerful character. One of the best in the game.
Yeah, I mean, coming out now, it's definitely interesting because if that first game was a case of controller issues for Vero, it's very possible that we see a complete turnaround at the moment.
It's very possible, but so far it does not look like it's oh my god. You can't jump into that, dude.
That is unfortunate, as
you can't jump into that.
Do see DLS now taking the lead once again. So I think this is a matter of pride for DLS, right? People now may be thinking, oh, he only 3-stocks him because of controller issues. But,
yeah, DLS saying maybe not. Maybe I'm just the better player.
It's possible, but I am looking forward to seeing whatever comes out from this Joker player. Joker being one of those characters that I personally really enjoy watching, and it's always fun seeing Arsene come out.
Oh yeah, Joker's one of the most stylish characters in the game for sure. He really makes for an entertaining game. Whether or not he's too strong, doesn't really matter. He's just so cool.
Yeah, he is a cool character from a cool game, as he is gonna get a good back air there.
Oh, he doesn't go for the offstage counter. I think Ness could be guaranteed that another forward smash.
I mean,
DLS really just sits there and charges forward smash, and Uldiro just wants to get hit by them, I guess.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there, as we do see an SD coming out there, just couldn't quite get the recovery, and that's going to be DLS losing the first stock of the set.
Yeah, so we won't be getting the perfect 8-0 in terms of points. Oh, I thought it was happening again.
Oh, yeah.
But the 7-0 is still very possible, as even he has an extra credit lead on this stock.
Yeah, I mean, being able to just slowly get this and build up percentage, this is feeling very good for DLS. As we are going to see the recovery coming out. That's just SD. That was
DLS going way too aggressive, trying to get the dunk.
Yeah. That was questionable.
Oh no!
You hate to see it happen, ladies and gentlemen, but that is going to be DLS taking the victory with one stock, which is going to bring his team up to 6 points, and game 1 going towards Niagara. We'll be moving on to match number 2 very shortly. I mean, I'm sure you have some words, Joel.
That was an interesting one. We saw back-to-back SDs from DLS, and then a really interesting game.
Yeah.
As we wait
for game number 2 to start, we will be hopping into a very quick break once again. And yeah, I look forward to seeing game 2. I mean, Niagara Falls managing to pull what did they
Niagara Falls, Niagara University.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, the British is coming out in me.
Yeah.
It's the one thing we know. But Niagara University managed to pull the 6-point leads. I'm really sorry, as we hop into a quick break.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are getting into match 2. Reminder, Niagara University took match 1. They are currently setting up 6 points to 0 over St. Peter's University. As we get into match 2, game 1, we see St. Peter's University's Lil Taze representing King K. Rool versus Niagara University's Mr. Paytonator playing Rob.
You know, I kind of wish Lil Taze was playing Rob. Because
it would be apt. It would definitely be
the
apt.
amount of puns I could make would be
There's
phenomenal.
Too many, yeah.
But
there's too many.
We don't live in a perfect world, and at the moment, Lil Taze is bringing out some damage with King K. Rool.
Oh yeah, a solid lead already, pulling ahead. Mr. Paytonator not really being able to find a way in, and against the big bodies like K. Rool, you really need to get all these like hits in these chains and make them count. And maybe get these edge guard sequences, but he just gives him the ledge back.
K. Rool is a hard matchup for Rob.
It seems kind of like it.
Like, you've got so much armor on K. Rool that trying to get in on him in a lot of cases to get, like, your short jabs and everything to set up as well with your diss.
And Rob has a lot of, like, pokey moves. You can't, like, break the armor super easily. I can definitely see it being rough, but, I'd like to see him play around these projectiles more. Mr. Paytonator's just sort of eating a lot of really telegraphed moves, and I feel like he could be playing it a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, and, oh, okay, good damage coming out. I mean, when you're almost lapping your opponent, you're feeling pretty good.
You definitely feel really good. But it can come back pretty quickly. Rob down air, one of the best downers in the game, one of the best gimp tools in the game, means that it can always be even, and that up air will even the stock count, but not the percent. A large deficit Mr. Paytonator's going to have to work through.
Yeah, I was about to compliment K. Rool's up air because his up special because it's a very good recovery, but
it's surprisingly hard to punish. You really wouldn't expect it, but you seem to always get clipped by it.
Yeah, it's got a really good hitbox. The hurt box isn't like atrocious either. So it's we were talking about Snake's recovery, right? And K. Rool's just got the better variant of it.
Yeah. Though he goes into pratfall after, which is pretty bad.
Not great.
Not great.
But that's why you don't use it on stage, you use it off stage.
And we see a solid lead here, once again, from Lil Taze. Up a stock, up like half a stock. Not going to lose a stock for that air dodge. She's able to have the vertical recovery distance. Vertical recovery distance. But this could be a stock going away pretty soon. In kill percent. Oh, the up air barely not killing.
Yeah, it's turning around as Mr. Paytonator here is finally getting to put in some good work. Obviously, he's taking a stock at the moment, but he doesn't want to let, right, if Lil Taze gets a lot of extra credit on this, it's not good. Like, it's rough.
It's rough, yeah. But if he keeps it to this, like, 50, 60%, if Mr. Paytonator gets this stock really soon, I can see it being very winnable for him. And in a position like this, with K. Rool at the ledge, it's definitely doable at 170. He just needs one solid hit, and he'll still be down 80, but I believe in it. Wow.
Yeah, K. Rool getting...
Every single hitbox on that move kills, huh?
Yeah.
Like all 60 degrees around him. That's crazy.
It's real good. It's a real good move. I was going to say, K. Rool's scary when he's got rage, but
no rage anymore.
Lil Taze wasn't allowed to touch the ground to use that rage.
He definitely was not. And we see some good little projectile strings building percent bit by bit back onto Lil Taze. It's still a rough deficit to be in for Mr. Paytonator, but a really good grab is almost going to start evening things up with the neutral air armor. That was instant. That move got buffed, right? Like, that move's faster now?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so significantly faster.
Yeah, it is.
What was it, like 15%? It was something ludicrous.
Yeah, that's a lot in a game like this, but get caught slipping at 150%.
Yeah, and that's
gonna get shocked.
Gonna be St. Peter's taking their first point of the series. So yeah, that was a one stock win, but you start clawing it back. We saw it last set where it looked pretty bad. And they managed to bring it back, right? Marist College was down, what, like 7, 8 points total?
Yeah. And then they
And
brought it back all the way to a 2-point difference going into the last set.
Yeah, it was unbelievably close. And so it again, that first point game doesn't feel great, you know, that losing the first set. But coming in here, you can recover it pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's definitely doable, but it's not a situation you love to be in if you're St. Peter's University. But this is the start. Lil Tays bringing it back bit by bit. If we see another game like that, maybe it goes a little differently. Maybe Lil Tays gets the kill a little earlier, doesn't lose the second stock. You're only down 2 points at that point, and that's solid. That's respectable.
Yeah, I mean, Lil Tays is really going to need to be able to bring this back, take another win, shock everybody, right?
Down 1 point, yeah, shocking everybody.
Yeah, you know, because if Lil Tays brings this back, right, whilst the players are doing their pick ban, let's figure this out mathematically. So at the moment, because everybody loves a little bit of math, I'm sure we got some math majors about, right? Gerbil being one himself.
Yeah.
Right? Niagara has 6 points at the moment.
Uh-huh.
St. Peter's has 1. If they win this, they'll get 2 minimum.
Uh-huh.
And then if they win it with 3 stocks, it will tie them. They win it with 2, it's net total difference of 1, and net total difference of 2 if they win it with 1 stock. Which is still really, really close.
Oh, yeah, it's super close. It could go both ways. But even if Niagara University gets this next game by 1 stock, getting that extra 1 stock to just keep their lead that little bit wider, even if Lil Tays wins game 3 and they get the 2 points for winning the set, you really just want to make every single stock count and keep those incremental distances. The match we just saw, there was a 4-point difference at the end, I think, maybe 5, and that's so close.
Yeah, I mean, that is really, really close. And
so everything matters.
Yeah, and it is one of those things where the more and more you factor in, those losing that 1 stock by accident or SDing can really come to bite you later down in the series.
A lot later down, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so you gotta lay your grounds, you gotta pay attention to things, and I think it does. It makes it a lot scarier if you accidentally SD.
Oh, yeah, it makes it feel so much worse.
Because that's a potential point gone out the window. If you proceed to lose after SDing, it doesn't really matter because you weren't getting points anyway. But, like, yeah, doesn't feel great.
You could have won. You could have won.
You could have won.
Yeah.
But, you know, however, we haven't seen any switch-ups, and we are on Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, a much bigger stage this time around. The largest in terms of, like, literal stage width of all of the stages in the legal set.
Yeah.
We really did see Mr. Paytonator pulling it back at the end of Game 3, hitting a lot more projectiles, playing a lot more Zony. So if he does that from the start here and gets a good percent lead early on, he could definitely start pulling away and taking the lead for Niagara University.
Yeah, he definitely could. I mean, at the moment, there is... We are starting to see Mr. Paytonator here pull a lead, right? He's starting to get some good percentage. Yeah. That's a great grab into the down. Is he going to get the combination? Oh, the armor on King K. Rool. Is it his neutral air? Is it his...
The buffed Nair is so strong now. It feels like Luigi's Nair at this point, but it has armor. It doesn't even trade.
Well, yeah, why would it trade? It's King K. Rool. He doesn't play fair.
He doesn't play fair, yeah. Speaking of not playing fair, that up air was disgusting.
Yeah, that was not what you want to see from Mr. Paytonator. No. You know how we were saying...
Almost at 0.
You know how we were saying...
Every SD feels bad, yeah.
That, well, not only that, but if... Okay, well, there it goes. I didn't even get to finish my sentence before it all changed. I was going to say if St. Peter's managed to 3-0 this, then they even out the points completely.
Yeah.
That almost happened.
It definitely did. The scenario flashed in front of our eyes. We were not in that timeline, but we were close. We were close to being there.
We aren't in the darkest timeline for Niagara University. As
but
they
Mr. Paytonator really pulling it back on the stock. He SD'd almost at 0, but he's still keeping it really respectable here.
Yeah,
I mean, solid lead.
when you think about it, the SD was like literally at 0%, and it was like one after the other practically, right? So like, yeah, really, really solid comeback at the moment. He's playing this off really, really well. Again, like we said, it feels bad when you SD, but he's putting in the effort to make sure that it isn't all downhill.
Oh yeah, this doesn't look like I'm going to get one stock, even up the points a little bit more. This looks like I'm going to make the comeback.
Or at least attempt to. That's a good hit coming out there. Of course, King K. Rool is always going to be able to recover from that.
Yeah, he just needs to get the stock now, and then it's like one gimp away, and exactly that happened. It's one gimp away. It's always possible when you have Rob down air.
Yeah, I mean, Rob down air is very, very good. Like,
but he's going to need to get past these projectiles first and not punish.
Oh, and he managed to mash out of it quick enough, avoid the forward smash, and this might be the chance, as he's getting a lot of damage in.
Oh, but he gives him the space at the ledge. He respects him a little bit too much, and he's going to eat a punish here. He's not dead, but he's so close. The next hit will kill him and seal it out. But it's still possible for Mr. Paytonator. One really good play. It's doable, but it's so hard. You have to think Lil Taze is going to get it, and he does.
And that's going to be Lil Taze taking the set, bringing in another 3 points for his team. So that's a net difference of 2 by the end.
It is 4 points for St. Peter's to 6 points for Niagara University as we go into match 3 between St. Peter's Show and Niagara University's Flubber.
Yeah,
I think he's a Kirby player, plays green Kirby.
I'd hope so. That would be great.
I'd really hope so too.
But yeah, no, St. Peter's taking that win is definitely where you want to be, right? You now close the gap quite a bit, and you might be able to bring this back if you can win the next set. Then you take the point lead.
Yeah, 2 points is literally just one set.
Yeah.
So, as close as we could reasonably be asking for right now, it could be tied, I guess. But within reason, this is really close so far, and I'm excited to get into Game 3. As always, the third match, the third game, the third anything in a best of 5 is always a very big turning point. It's typically the team or the player that wins the third out of 5 that goes on to win the whole thing. So a lot of pressure is going to be riding on Show and Flubber to get their team an advantage going into the latter half of this series.
Yeah, I mean, it's super duper important, but we do have a team leader from St. Peter's coming out straight in the center here, and I think that was definitely like you just said, a tactical decision, right? Setting your captain, who presumably should be your best player, right on the center.
Pivot point.
Yeah, seems like a very tactically minded decision.
Yeah, definitely seems really good, like a good idea. You want to have that person like anchoring you, maybe like they did with Mike, but the other option is to have that person get you that lead that gives you the momentum that snowballs you into the rest of the games, and it could definitely pay off well for them. So we'll have to see how that plays out as we work on picking sages, picking characters, and getting into the first game of match 3.
Yeah, we will be right back momentarily as we get our picks and bans sorted out.
Welcome back, everybody. We're just about to get into game 1 of match 3 here between St. Peter University's Show and Niagara University's Flubber. We've been informed that they're going to be starting on, you said, Town and City?
Yes, I do believe that is where they've decided.
And it looks like it's going to be Show playing Lucina and Flubber on Link. Both sorties, but both with very different playstyles. Link really good with projectiles, wants to play a more zoning game, while Lucina is a lot more content to space nairs and fairs and sort of play that mid-range poke game.
Yeah, I mean, we probably could have predicted that Show was going to play Lucina, considering that the Nintendo's icon is also Lucina, but that isn't always the best way to go about it.
Yeah, that doesn't always work out. It's generally better to see the pick.
Yeah, but Flubber on Link. I mean, this is Swordy versus Swordy is always such an interesting matchup, right? And I always feel like Link has a much better matchup in these cases because of his projectiles.
I think that might be true, but I think Link's sword moves is a lot worse. Also, that spacing on the forward smash was ridiculous. I can't believe it caught the jump.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I feel like you'd think that Link would have the matchup advantage with the projectiles, but I think that because Lucina doesn't have projectiles, a lot more of her power is just in the sword, and she has like a better sword than Link does. Her moves are faster. They cover more ground. They're just more usable, and she doesn't have that hard of a time getting around the projectiles. So I'd actually give the edge in the matchup to Lucina, just because in that like mid-rangey spacing game, she has the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable. I think we can probably agree. Link can do better if he manages to keep away, and they're both at 2 stocks. I mean, 41% lead for Show is very, very good. The bomb in Show's hands. As yeah, like you said, Lucina's overall like sword play is much better. But if Link can stay away, and I mean, Tan City's quite a big map, you know. If he's able to keep his distance, throw out some bombs, throw out some boomerangs, and just play that zoning game, then yeah, I feel like it comes down to Lucina getting in, right? The onus is on the Lucina player. Oh
yeah, if Link can play the game he wants to play, he has the sick read, by the way. If Link can play the game he wants to play, he has a huge. He does it again. Wow. I can't make a point because Flubber just keeps giving Show these insane reads. Yeah, if Link gets to play the game that he wants to play, he's gonna have the advantage. But Lucina is never gonna let Link play that game. Lucina's going to be in his face, running up, pressuring him, and making sure Link can't set up that projectile defense.
Yeah, Show's doing a really good job on this Lucina to not let Flubber get these setups, get these situations. A good grab coming out from Flubber, though. And then a good read on that back air.
The counter read, one of the reads from Show that's not hitting, but he's not actually punished for it, so it's not that bad. And that counter hits and kills.
Yeah, Flubber down a stock now. 89% though. Lucina's definitely killable.
Oh yeah, Link hits really hard. Lucina's solidly in kill percent here, especially now at 110. But it is Show's turn to rack up some extra credit, get that advantage going into the last stock. If he can even touch Link, if he can even touch Flubber, which may or may not happen.
Yeah, Flubber's playing this really well. Good roll dodge. Okay, good read. Reading the roll, getting the punish for it as well. Now starting to build up some percentage. Oh, missing that side B though could be punishable, but the grab goes through Show. That was extremely unfortunate. Gonna find the stock, but 50% was the extra credit Show was able to rack up, which is nothing.
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
50% extra credit's respectable, but we do see Flubber almost evening it up immediately. So really, all that work from Show didn't amount to much, as the game is now once again even. Link has center stage, but Flubber off stage now has to get off the ledge.
Yeah, it's looking a bit daring at the moment now. Link almost in kill percentage for Lucina. Another good side B should get him about that, or just a fair.
Oh yeah, Link's got really good kill power. So does Lucina. Both these characters, kill percent's probably a little lower than you'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Okay, yeah, not spacing it properly, but Flubber getting caught by the mind game, doesn't get hit by the counter, but that forces him to go so far from the ledge, he just can't make it back. And Show really trapping Flubber there and taking game 1 by 1 stock, earning another point for St. Peter's University. only down 1 total now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the point differential now, it was looking horrible game 1, right? Because there was a 6-point differential, but they have slowly managed to bring it back. St. Peter's University doing really, really well. The 1-point differential, I mean, it's anyone's game now, right? We are midway into the series, right? This is the second match in game 3 of the best of 5. That is such a weird way of putting it, but that is quite literally what we're doing. And the points are practically even.
Yeah, they are. Another really close match between these two colleges so far. I'm really glad we've had matches like this that have been so close all the way through. It's made some really entertaining matches between the two colleges.
Yeah, do you think we see any switches coming out from the players coming in to the second game?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like both these characters seem confident in their pick, and it's just a matter of execution that's holding them back. So I doubt we're going to see any character switches, but it always could happen, but it doesn't.
Final Destination will be the stage we play on.
Yeah, Flubber picking that makes sense. It's a really flat stage, gives him a lot of space to cover with his projectiles. There's no platforms that Sho can use to get around them. It should give him a much easier time of setting up and keeping Sho out, netting him a lot more percent and value from those moves.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, but at the same time, it's a bit of a catch-22, right? Because if Sho does get close, there's nowhere to Flubber to run other than the opposite end of the platform, and Sho can just chase him down.
Yeah, Lucina definitely faster than Link means that once you're in disadvantage, it's really hard to stop getting juggled.
Yeah,
we see that happening. It's so hard for Flubber to retake stage control. He just keeps eating more and more moves whenever he tries to.
Yeah, and that's why I was going to say I think FD is a kind of a risky pick, because Flubber needs to play it nearly flawlessly, doing things like that, getting the boomerangs, getting the dash attacks right. And if he had caught the arrow there, he would have regained so much momentum, but instead he's going to lose a stock out of it.
Yeah, did he not have a jump? Did he accidentally air dodge or something? I actually missed it.
I believe he might have. I didn't see it either.
But anyway, the unfortunate death for Flubber means that Sho is ahead, but Sho, pretty close to kill percent here, means that he might not get that far ahead, but it is already 62% back onto Flubber on the second stock.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, there's so much back and forth. Flubber now has the momentum that he was looking for, trying to find something. If he makes a mistake, okay, good read there, manages to find the stock. That was phenomenal there. Now he's going to be able to gain some of the momentum back.
Oh no! Oh, magnet hands.
Oh, that
in
was
melee, you're not making it
looking
back,
a little spotty.
Yeah, that was really worrying, but he makes it back. And only 40% down. That's reasonable. That's like one good string for Flubber. It's definitely within anyone's power to win this so far. Oh, that forward smash was so close to being amazing.
Yeah, at the
moment. And it's even again.
Yeah, I mean, it is completely even, but just as we say that, Sho starts to gain the momentum once again, and Link's not going to make it back from there.
Can't throw your jump like that.
Link's recovery isn't... Yes. It can be gimped.
Yeah, as we saw there, it is very gimpable. If you get rid of Link's jump, he does not have a lot of distance.
No, or at least horizontally.
Yeah. If you just catch him slipping, it's really easy for him to die, just like we saw. But once again, not a whole lot of extra credit being racked up here so far. A kill probably coming soon. Not that close to getting it off the throw, but a ledge trap scenario, missing the punish. And now Link off stage. Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, that, again, can be gimped. Sho knows how to gimp Link, and that's going to be game, set, and match. And now we see...
St. Peter's University ahead by 3 points now.
2 points. They were at 5, then they got 3 there, so they're at 8.
Well, no, 2 stocks?
Oh, no, Lucina had 2 stocks, didn't she?
Yeah,
no, you are 100% correct. No, you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
That's on my fault.
3 now. St. Peter's University, potentially only a 1-game difference if Niagara University is able to pull out a 3 stock. But in every match we've played so far, this set and last set, there's only been one 3-stock, and that was in a game with controller issues. So I doubt a 3-stock is going to happen and immediately even things up. So for the time being, St. Peter's University is going to hold on to a lead going into the next set of matches. And like I said before, having the lead going forward like this is really important for your momentum, for the mental game of your players.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great... Like, yeah, being in that... You managed to recover the points, you managed to gain that momentum, and presumably most of them are sitting in the same room, or... I believe there's 2 switches being used by St. Peter's, so they might be in different rooms, maybe, you know. But either way, the majority of both teams will be in the same room, kind of psyching each other out, getting them pumped, and yeah, having that mental momentum to go forward after getting a big win like that is really, really good.
So, are we going to go to a break while we wait for match 4 to get set up?
That sounds very, very reasonable, and we will be doing that. So thank you all once again, and we will be back momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody, to match 4 between St. Peter's University and Niagara University. For St. Peter's, we have Gene playing Lucas against AMPC's Kirby. As we get into the first game on FD, we see an early little string coming out from AMPC, racking up a little bit of early damage.
Yeah, I mean, coming out here, again, it being another set, I have no idea what to expect. This is the second Kirby and the first Lucas we've seen. I was going to say we saw a Ness earlier. It would have been quite entertaining if we saw a Ness versus Lucas game.
Yeah, Ness versus Lucas would be really interesting. It's so weird that some matchups are like kind of a ditto, you know?
Yeah, it's not because they're not quite Echo Fighters.
Yeah, but they're close. They're very similar. We just use, surprisingly, I think this is the first duplicate character we've seen in both of our sets, and it's Kirby.
Yeah, no, you are 100% correct.
Oh,
what a good use of Lucas's up. Yeah, what a weird coincidence. Kirby being the one character that we see across both games.
Yeah, both matches between colleges. Kirby is the one thing. As both players, anyway, as both players in the 100s, both getting close to kill percent. Neither of these characters known for their immense early kill power. You're going to need to get to 120-ish before you start really being in front of dying, but Kirby's solidly into kill percent now, as the back throw barely doesn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, and all right, the up B coming out there, and the back throw there. Lucas's back throw is quite good.
Yeah, Lucas and Ness known for having good back throws. Yeah. As a matter of fact.
You know, it's almost like they're almost the same character.
Yeah, I was about to say we've seen way too many down Bs from this Kirby, but then AMPC's down B just almost killed there. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think he's doing too many down Bs.
Short hop down Bs, I think, are the way to go. I think the issue is we're seeing these really high, like...
Yeah, the little brother strats. You know?
Yeah.
I was the little brother, I did those. Let me tell you what.
You know, we need to be seeing short hop down Bs, right? And catching him off, maybe in like an up tilt.
At that point, just back air.
I mean, that's also very true. or just up tilt. Up tilts are great.
Or just read an air dodge with a side B. Just chat it out.
Also very reasonable.
Oh my god, that was a really crazy read from AMPC. Evening up the stock count, not quite evening up the percent, but you have a little bit of a way. Never mind.
Well,
never mind. You don't have a little bit of a way to go before Lucas kills you. You died 80 to down smash. That move is insanely strong.
Yeah, it's very good. Also, the other thing that neither Kirby player has used is actually tried to get their neutral B to gain the neutral special from their opposition.
I mean, I guess, like, what's Kirby really gonna get? Like, the Psy Magnet for the Psy Fires, maybe, like, I feel like in this matchup, getting Lucas's neutral B really isn't that good. I'd almost rather have the option to suck, just because you can get Gimps off stage with it.
That's also very true. I just thought it was interesting that neither Kirby player decided to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. But AMPC going for a lot of punishable moves, and more often than not, they're getting punished. Oh, he's dead.
Oh no! As we see, Gene taking game 1, 2 points for St. Peter's University.
Solid game 1, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks pretty convincing to me. Like, it wasn't a 3-stock, but it was a convincing 2-stock.
Yeah, that was very well played. We might see some character switching here. We might see them. It might be map, you know, Final Destination. There's a lot of factors
to work with for Kirby. Yeah. That's for sure. Lucas likes a lot better. There's nowhere to run from PK Fires and Final Destination. There's nowhere to go.
No, it's not the greatest stage in the world for Kirby to be in.
So we'll see if we get a better stage. I'm pretty sure Kirby's a fan of Battlefield and Yoshi's Story, so we could potentially see those coming out. Get some changes up. He likes triplats. He likes to be able to carry his opponents around with the up tilts, the up airs. He likes to be able to space the back airs. We just need to see more fundamentals coming out from AMPC in this matchup, and he can start racking up a lot more damage, taking a lot more stocks.
Yeah, and I think that is the name of the game, right? Is just fundamentals need to come out a bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. Kirby, not known as being the best character in the game, but he definitely has a lot of interesting, cool stuff he can pull off if he plays it well, if he makes it work for himself. But you definitely have to work for it. You have to make it work for yourself. It's not a character where plays come easy for you.
Yeah, and I think it is important to point out that the Lucas player from SPU was in fact the one to pick Final Destination. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely a good counter pick for him.
But I feel
as we wait and get into game 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, because I'm just looking over it because I'm trying to get the mentality from just the pick and band, right, from that first round when we look at AMPC and Gene. So Gene bans Battlefield, and then AMPC bans Town City and Smashville, and then we pick FD. I'm not sure I agree with those.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather ban FD if I'm
AMPC. Kirby.
Yeah, you definitely want platforms, but I don't know, maybe it's not the most experienced with the format. It's definitely something you have to get used to. I know when I started drafting stages, it was rough. And even now, a lot of the times I'll look at a stage list and like, it's really easy after we watch the match go, wow, Final Destination was not a good stage. But sometimes in the moment, you really don't know.
No, maybe you throw off your opponent, they're used to them playing a certain way with platforms. You go, Final Destination, because no platforms might be the way that you're not used to playing against them. But we are going to have Pokemon Stadium 2 being picked by AMPC for game 2.
A much more neutral stage.
Yeah. Yes.
You get a little bit of platforms, you get a little bit of flat space. It's a much bigger stage. It gives Lucas a lot more space to throw projectiles, but at the same time, you do enjoy having those platforms. And it gives you a lot more room to work around the projectiles as well. Yeah. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Most importantly, AMPC switching up his color, I believe.
Yeah, that is a color palette switch to the monochromatic Kirby. And yeah, I think that's the most important decision. If he wins this game,
that is, yes.
It was purely off the color palette switch.
I agree.
But we do need to see AMPC managing to win this to bring some points back for his team. Because
his team is down a lot of points right now.
Yeah.
And he really needs to win like maybe one game with some stocks left, bring back the point deficit just a little bit so that it's less rough on Crust, who's going to have to close this out for Niagara University if AMPC falls here.
Yeah, it would definitely be a hard game to bring back. He needs to win one set, and then the next game would require... It would be a monumental task, but I think you'd effectively need a 3-stock or 2-stock in the win. Yeah.
So, a lot is riding on AMPC here to pull out a couple more points for his team so that Crust doesn't have to play out of his mind in order to take the victory for his college.
Yeah,
and so far we see him trying to make it happen. Oh, I respect the attempt.
If he let go of the hammer a little, yeah, if he had timed the hammer really well there, I think we all would have been like sitting here screaming out of our minds, right?
Because I would have blown up my microphone.
That would have been a good time, but unfortunately didn't quite make it. But the percentage is so close at the moment, 2% difference, going up to a 13% difference. I should just stop talking.
Oh yeah, no, the percents are definitely close, and whoever gets his first stock is going to have a really big advantage. Oh, there it is. AMPC is a really big advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you say it and it happens. AMPC now being able to start building up some extra credit. Trying to go for a read there, thinking that Gene was going to run straight under him as he went for that up B, trying to get past him and set himself up probably for a grab or a PK fire.
AMPC survived that last back throw, but the next one will kill for sure. Most moves from Lucas are going to be killing AMPC pretty quickly here, but including that PK Fire with bad DI. But AMPC did build up a solid extra credit lead, 70% here. Definitely something I'd be very happy with if I was him. Puts me in a solid advantage on the second stock.
Yeah, nothing to snuff at. I mean, 70% is huge now. He just needs to be able to keep it up. Gets the grab into the down grab. Doesn't have a follow-up. Just throwing out another up B. It's interesting because it's so telegraphed, but it's still a good projectile.
Yeah, I'd like to see less up Bs from him, but every once in a while, I do agree. It is a nice move to throw out as a little mix-up. Nobody really thinks about, oh yeah, Kirby's projectile game.
Yeah,
so sometimes you can catch your opponent slipping, but once your opponent does get into that mindset of, oh yeah, Kirby's projectile game, it gets a lot less useful.
Yeah, when you're throwing it out a lot, your opposition recognizes it and will react to it. It's one of those pocket moves that you throw out occasionally. I definitely agree with that.
Oh, a solid double nair there. And we're talking a lot about AMPC. Gene, probably the favorite in the set still, is making this lead kind of disappear. He's really running it back. Oh, but the platform assist, right as I say it. AMPC takes the lead, even more solid than he had it in the first stock.
Yeah, if the thing is, if AMPC can bring this set to stock and win the next, there's a 1 point difference.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it'll be a 2 stock. He's already at 100, but if he wins this set, or if he wins this game, and then he goes on to win the set, it is so huge for Niagara University.
And I meant a 1 stock for it to be completely even. He needs to win this with at least 1 stock, and then next with 1 stock it will be even. If he wins this with a 2 stock, then Niagara will find themselves 1 point in ahead.
If he wins this with 1 stock and then the next one with 1 stock, they will be down 1 point. It is 11-6. But
oh, it's 11-6. No, so I was right the first time. I am.
Yeah, you were right the first time. Yeah.
It is 2 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, but there's always possible for the 1 stock next. It's actually really possible this time.
Oh, Lucas does manage to get it. And the dash attack. He got the 2 stock.
Can't believe he got the 2 stock.
Yeah. You didn't believe in him, and he said, "Look at this man, not believing in me."
I really thought at 100% Gene would just find the kill with some random move, but no. AMPC really, really stepping it up in that game too. When it matters, he steps up, takes it to a game 3, earns 2 more points for his team, and potentially earns 3 or more if this next game goes like that one did.
Yeah, if he wins this one with 1 stock, they even it out, and anything above that is icing on the cake going in to game number 5.
Yeah, Crush definitely breathing a little easier. Having those 2 extra points minimum helping him out.
I'm going to be honest.
Last match coming up,
This is really close.
It is, yeah. We're 1 game away from it being even.
Because even if Let's EU math this real quick, right? Okay, so let's say Gene wins, they go up to 14 points. So there's a net total of 6.
All right.
The only way that we could see
Niagara win is if they get 2 points for winning.
Yeah.
Right? And then they win either 3-1 or 2-2.
Yeah.
Or better. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's not a tall order. That's perfectly reasonable.
These 2 points that AMPC just earned for his team are monumental.
Such a big difference.
Monumental.
Yeah. It's the difference between 2 stocks versus 2 3 stocks.
Well, because if he didn't do that, they'd be 6 points down. Because Gene would have gotten 1 point, putting themselves up to 12, and they would have been at 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So...
Yeah.
And in fact, no, they would have been even more points down because Gene would have taken the set. So they would have gotten 3 points out of that, which would have put them up to 14 versus 6. Which...
Yeah, that would be devastating.
The only thing that could... Yeah.
It might not look like it, but that 2 stock there kind of put the team on his back a little bit. He really pulled it out.
Because the only thing that could happen would be Niagara would have to 3 stock win and tie.
Yeah. That would be insane, but...
So, those 2
AMPC
points.
keeping it even. Switching off the color that brought him victory last time. A 2-stock last time. I can't say I agree, but we'll have to see it. AMPC, maybe just switching in and of itself is a power-up. Maybe it'll be a 3-stock this time.
Yeah, you know, he was Dark Kirby, then he was like neutral Kirby, and now he's Kirby.
He's Kirby, yeah.
Yeah. So
Doesn't
this
seem
is
to
the
be working out
3-stock.
for him so far, as he does fall to an early deficit, though.
Yeah, it's not looking too great for him at the moment. Kalos is, again, another one of the stages. Those 2 platforms might come in handy. We definitely saw the platforms coming in that last game when you saw the platform assist from the down throw.
Yeah, they were really useful. On the one hand, the platforms on this stage are even higher up, so they're more likely to help. But on the other hand, they're in a much weirder spot to get to, so they're less likely to be in position. You'd have to get the grab as like a ledge trap, and we do see the forward smash give Gene the early lead.
Yeah, so for what we just saw to matter, like, to really solidify it here, this needs to go down. Even if Gene wins, he needs to be on 1 stock.
Yeah, it has to be a 1-stock. There's no world where there isn't a 1-stock, and Crust has...
Crust would have to play out of their mind. Crust would have to literally 3-stock win, and I think they win with 1 point.
Yeah. And right now, every stock is so important for AMPC to take here. He's down 3 stocks to 1, but even just getting this 1 stock could mean insane amounts 3 games later.
Yeah, it really, really could. And I think that's the joy of this format, right? Is it's so nerve-wracking because this 1 stock could be the life... and it's not going to happen. The 3-0, that's massive. As we see St. Pierre's getting, what, 5 points?
Yeah, oh my god. Gene pulling it out for his team, earning his team 5 points in that last match. It is now 16-8. It is theoretically possible for Crust to tie this for Niagara University.
Yeah.
If he gets 2 3-stocks back to back, if he does not drop a game, if he doesn't lose a single stock in match 5, he ties. It is currently 16-8. He would get 3 for game 1, 3 for game 2, and then 2 for winning. 8 points. It would be 16-16. But even that is such a big thing to ask Crust to do.
Yeah, I mean, that is a monumentous task. I said it before, and it really is not something to have that on your shoulders is a hard
it's so
time.
much pressure.
Yeah.
I do not envy Crust right now. I'm good under pressure, but I'd crack. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll have to see after a quick break while we get things set up if Crust is going to be able to pull it out against St. Peter University's Jazzy G.
We'll see you momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody. We are getting into Game 5. Jazzy G for St. Peter's University versus Crust for Niagara University. And remember, the pressure is on Crust. Currently, he needs to 3-stock 2 games in a row to even tie. And as we see Palutena versus Robin, matchup alone gives a solid advantage to Jazzy G.
Yeah, it is not great for Crust at the moment. That's a lot of pressure, even for the best players in the world, right? Being asked to 3-stock their opponent 2 games in a row, it's not easy.
It's not at all. And we see it playing out already. Crust not off to the best start in this game. And remember, if he loses 1 stock, it's over for Niagara University.
Yeah, but of course, we'll keep playing the series out because there's no reason not to. But that is now going to make it mathematically impossible. Now Niagara are purely playing to close out the point differential.
Do running point totals matter throughout the season?
I am unsure on that one. I would need a TO to inform me.
All right. Well, either way, we are going to keep playing out the matches. We have some solid spacing and projectile game going on from Palutena here into Robin, getting that first early kill and then keeping the extra credit rolling, almost lapping Crust here.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. A good solid hit from Crust, though.
Yeah, that will even up the stock count, but the percent is still very different. Crust in kill percent already. And the next big hit should do it like that. Air dodging into it.
So matches are used in tiebreakers for seeding, so games won do matter.
All right. So yeah, it is important, not critical, but very important for Krusty to pull out wins for his team if he can. And on the same note, it is important for Jazzy to also be able to get games for his team to try not drop any losses, get as many stocks as he can.
Yeah, so this still very much so matters as Crust is doing a valiant effort, although being stocked down. I mean, this is, for the first time, Palutena is our second duplicate that we've seen over the course of today.
Palutena, I'm a lot less surprised to see as a duplicate.
Yeah.
A very powerful character.
Kirby being the first, though, was a good time.
It was a surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
The Sacred Fires, the Palutena's side Bs are, they were quite a few being thrown out there.
Oh, they've been critical in both the matches we've seen playing out so far.
Oh.
And we see a solid lead, Jazzy lapping over Crust. We'll see if Crust is able to take this last stock, or even run it back. He will take the stock. The run back can start to happen, but it would be incredibly difficult. Yeah, Jazzy just getting the Tomahawk back throw. Closing out game 1, earning another game for his team. Securing his team the victory through the course of that game. Incredibly important. As we get ready to go into game 2, playing for a little bit of pride, a little bit of seeding priority.
Yeah, and I mean, this does matter, right? Of course, these are all pre-eliminations over the course of the weeks that we play these out, which will all end up in a LAN. I'm not exactly sure on the dates of that LAN, but that's the plan for this seeding. So
very exciting.
Crust does say that they were on the wrong controls, which is extremely unfortunate, but that is how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. And
well, if he 3-stocks game 2, I'll feel bad. Otherwise, it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. You really have to check that sometimes.
Yeah, it does happen. And now going into pick and bans once again.
Stage picks, stage bans. Neither player, I don't think, is going to change. A solid victory for Jazzy on the Palutena, an incredibly strong character. And Crust playing Robin, probably a sign that he would be a Robin main. That's not a character you kind of play on a whim. So I think he's going to be sticking with that one too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I have been corrected. This is not a LAN. It is an online on January 25th and 26th, leading into Season 1 of EGFC.
All right.
So,
well, there we go.
Yeah. That's been
just
corrected.
Like you said before, both players sticking to their characters. A color, a gender switch up for Robin here, for Crust. As we go to Kalos, I love this stage. This stage is so pretty.
This stage is gorgeous. And actually, if you ever have the chance on a custom firmware Switch to move the camera around, it is visually stunning. Like, actually seeing
like
it.
It's illegal and I can't endorse it.
It is not, but yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, no.
Well, really solid string there for a really early kill from Crust, showing that he really does know what he's doing on his character when he has his control set up properly. Yeah. Unfortunate for game one, but...
Game one coming out. I mean, at the moment, Crust is definitely proving that now having the correct controls...
Big difference.
Yeah. In that first stock, is very, very good. And at the moment... Oh, okay. Going for the reads. Does get... Or gets the good edge guard there. Good nair coming out from Jazzy. Oh, the outfire coming out. Good hit confirm.
And he has lapped Jazzy here in %. Important to note. Full stock ahead now. Ted even actually. Down to the .1. Oh. And the up B setting Jazzy into the dumpster.
Yeah, if anything happens here, then we will see Crust losing a stock. But my goodness, if Crust manages to 3-0 this...
I would feel so bad.
It would be so unfortunate.
I would be heartbroken, actually. But hey, that doesn't look like the case. 150%, so high. A wind from Palutena will probably kill Crust here.
Yeah.
And there it is. That's a little stronger than the wind.
Well, there is...
It wouldn't have been a 3-stock anyway.
But the dream was there.
You have to feel that. The dream was definitely there.
The dream was there as Crust looks for it here. Going off the stage. Oh. Now, Jazzy is trying to find everything here. Jazzy, of course, wanting to just win this game, end this set, move on.
Yeah.
But at the moment...
But Crust wanting to get the priority, little bit of priority he gets for winning the game in the upcoming seeding. And he will get it. Oh,
the DI was good. But he... Okay, 2 points going to Niagara University. I mean,
they put Crom in. I don't even know that. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen Robin win a game before.
Oh well, there you go.
They put Robin in his victory or Crom in his victory scheme. That's cool. All right, so that is 1 game win over.
Oof.
And we are going to be getting into game 3 real quick here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm curious to see what the picks and bans end up being. So we do see Crust banning Yoshi's Brawl and Battlefield. So here we go.
Yeah, Palutena, a big fan of triplats. If you're against Palutena, I'd actually rather ban Yoshi's Island Melee, the triplat there, or Yoshi's Story, the triplat there. Just because it has the smaller, closer blast zones, and Palutena is a really big fan of getting that extra early kill power off of that, while still having the triplats to work with.
Yeah, but they are going to go to Town and City.
All right, interesting counterpick.
Yeah, I mean, that was the Palutena, that was Jazzy's pick.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Palutena really likes killing people with up air. She really likes killing people with up air. I don't know about Town and City. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Maybe he values the platform configurations more. I don't know. But we are getting into game 3.
Yeah, I mean, and this is it. This is the
last one.
Yeah, and this is possibly the most important one for Niagara, because they want to be able to get the overall game win, but not the set win.
Yeah. It is nice to have the extra wins helping out your stats. But we do see a really solid early string of hits coming out from Jazzy, not letting Crust land.
No, at the moment, Jazzy is doing a really, really good job of spacing out Crust as well. That was a, yeah, I mean...
Great back throw.
Yes, you see it happen. The spacing from... that's something I want to highlight at the moment as well, though. The spacing from Jazzy is really, really well thought out.
Oh yeah, it's been really great this whole time. Most of the times he was getting hit last time were just from falling for a lot of Robin's tricks and getting comboed that way. But the spacing has been really solid the whole time. Palutena, a very fundamentals-oriented character, means that you really expect people who play her to have that immaculate spacing you're looking for, as Crust is really just stuck on that platform.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, a good Sigma. I mean, both of them hitting them with their equivalent fire spells.
Yeah, a really interesting interaction. As we do reset to neutral a little bit, Jazzy up a full stock, including the percent lead. A really solid lead for him in Game 3 here.
Yeah, Jazzy just needs to get another good back throw, a Sacred Fire would kill. Yep.
Another good hit.
You know, you say it and it happens sometimes, and that's going to be Jazzy now up 2 stocks.
Trying to get a little bit of extra credit before he dies on this stock.
Yeah.
Make sure he can just close out the game as cleanly as possible. As he takes Crust off stage and tries to end it all.
Yeah, that was a commitment by Jazzy for a second there. Crust going after it as well. And it didn't really do anything for either of them. They both kind of just avoided each other.
Yeah, both just went back to stage, recovered. Gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
As we still see Jazzy sitting on this last stock at 150%. 50% extra credit on the last stock. Still another stock to go through for Crust before that even matters. But the back throw will finally take it. 2 stocks to 1. A large hill for Crust to climb. And Jazzy not giving him a rope.
At the moment, Jazzy's really, really putting on the pressure. Now, and I always forget that Robin can heal.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things you never really expect to happen. It's one of those moves that never really hits all that often. It's really laggy. It's dangerous to go for. But when it does hit, you're always like, oh yeah, that's a thing, huh?
Yeah, like that's a thing Robin can do that you don't really see. As Jazzy commits with the nair and does find that final stock. Huge nair for him, really predicting the early recovery from Crust, catching him slipping, and he will take the match. St. Peter's University winning 4 out of their 5 matches here. A decisive lead, winning by... He had 2 stocks left, right? 11 points. They're at 21 to 10.
22 to 10, I believe, right? Did he have 1 or 2 stocks left at the end there?
2. But they were
so it's 22 to 10.
22.
Yeah,
correct.
An incredibly decisive victory for St. Peter's University there. Both teams playing well, but St. Peter's...
Oh, did Jebel, you good? Right, Jebel seems to have cut out, so I'm going to finish up what he was going to say there. But yeah, a decisive victory for St. Peter's University there, as they valiantly defeated one after another most of the Niagara University players. But we did see some fantastic games there, and it was almost possible to see a huge comeback. But these last 2 sets, Jebel, now that I think you're back, hi.
Oh, yeah, can you hear me? Cool, great.
Absolutely.
What happened?
They've been absolutely phenomenal. They've been a pleasure to cast. I hope everybody who has stopped by, watched, listened, really, really had a good time. And that is us done for the evening. So, Joe, if you want to sign yourself off.
Yeah, I have been Matthew Toxic Gerbil Merrick. I've been joined by Kevin Navik Dignan. You can find me on Twitter at toxic_gerbil.
And you can find me at Twitter at NavikCasts. Thank you.
And once again, I was going to say, congratulations to Siena College and St. Peter's University for winning their 2 matches on the day today.
Yeah. And thank you for all of the schools for participating. and we will see you next time.